Thank you, Nifal. Okay, fine. So in the last class, we almost did a console in yeah, we coded in C sharp, right? Console application tame code kare, isn't it? Can you remember? So we almost coded all the whatever that we had in the presentation, right? All the what the programming structure, the sequences programming, selection programming, as well as loops. If not, we can call it as repetition, isn't it? So we did all the three kind of programming structure in what we call console application. ஏன்னா அப்ப நான் கன்சோல் அப்ளிகேஷன் தான் கிரியேட் பண்ணினோம். இதில் விஷுவல் ஸ்டுடியோன்னு சொல்கிற சாஃப்ட்வேர் யூஸ் பண்ணி நாங்கள் கோட் பண்ண ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணினோம். அண்ட் அதே மாதிரி அதில் வந்து ஷீ ஷாப்னு சொல்கிற ப்ரோக்ராமிங் லாங்குவேஜ். ஏன்னா வி ஜஸ்ட் யூஸ் language called C# programming language. Okay, using that language we coded in Visual Studio. So it's time for us to learn about double OP concept right now. Okay, double OP concept කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා තමයි අපි අද ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ. එතකොට object oriented කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා දන්නවද කාට හරි? Object oriented programming. Does anyone know? Any idea? தெரியுமா? Object oriented programming சொன்னா என்னண்டு? දන්නවද කාට හරි? Object oriented programming කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා කාට හරි දන්නවද? Any idea? Just give me an idea. If you have, just I gave homework. I couldn't remember. What did I give you? Did I ask you to develop something? මොනාරි develop කරගන්න එන්න කියලා කිව්වද? I cannot remember. You guys have to tell me whether I gave the homework or not. Nadira saying that I have given you a homework because I currently do many classes, right? So each class I used to give homeworks. So I couldn't remember. Remember me whether you have done. If I have given any homework, just let me know. Okay. Yeah. I ask you to code the reverse numbering, isn't it? Have you done? Who have done? From 10 to 1, I ask you to code, right? Who have done? Okay, well done. Nadira, can you share your screen? Nadira, can you share the screen, dear? I'll make you as co-host, then you can... I'll make you as co-host, okay? Now, currently, you're using your laptop, right? Okay, so I have made you as the co-host, dear. So what you do is, you just share your screen, okay? So instead of my screen, we will be able to see your screen. So then just show us the work, okay? Who else have done? වෙන කවුද කරලා තියෙන්නේ homework එක? මන් දුන්න homework එක. වෙන කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද? Sanja, have you done the homework? Dushi, homework එක ඉවරයිද? කරලා ඉවරයිද? මං කිව්ව නේද? From 10 to 1 display කරන්න ඕනේ කියලානේ. Nadira, you can share the screen, dear. Yeah, very good. Okay. Okay, fine. Very, very good. Okay, well done. Great job. Okay, did you saw the coding? While the count is equal to 10, then another count එක අපි බලනවා 0 වලට වඩා වැඩිද කියලා. Okay, you have to put it upside down. Okay, just what you have to do. Earlier when we are displaying it, okay, very good. 10 to 1. Yeah, great. Great, Nadira. Great job. Very good. What happened to others? Then only one student have done the homework. වෙන කවුරුත් හදලා නැද්ද? homework එක කරලා නැද්ද? සෙන්ජිලේ யாரு මේ? There's a small mechanism just to do it, isn't it? So what you do is you just code it upside down. That means already we were coding like when it is equal to 1, the when the count is greater than or else less than some number, then it has to display something, and then we are adding. So now what you would do is you just assign the value, and then you will see whether it is greater than the greater than 0, and then what you just do, you will deduct a number, one from each run, like whenever it is running, one will get deducted from that number. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, well done. Nadir only has done the homework. Really great, very good, appreciate you. Others, if you don't do homeworks or if you don't practice at all, you won't remember anything from the beginning. From the very first day I am telling this thing. Okay, so just make sure that you do practice. Don't tell that now, don't come and tell that I don't have the software, I couldn't download it, it is not working, that and this you cannot tell me. Okay, because almost we have completed up to 6 classes, so you just have to make sure that you have downloaded the software. Okay, it is with you, and then to do the practice. Okay, you whenever you do more practice, you will gain more knowledge, right? practice කරන්නකොට තමයි ඔයාලට තේරෙන්නේ. නැත්නම් programming කියලා ඔයාලා ඉගෙන ගන්නවා නම්, okay, you have to learn more languages. That means not human language, it is programming language, right? Computer language, as I was explaining you earlier. Okay, so all these languages are, you have to wait. Okay, you have to learn all these languages. Whatever now I have promised you that I will be teaching you 2 languages, C# and Java. So even if you wanted to learn these 2 programming languages, you have to do more practice. Okay, so that is why I give these homeworks and all. Now we are about to move on to the object oriented programming. So it's bit difficult than the sequences program, the structured program. Okay, whatever that structured program that we did. Okay, it's more complicated than structured programming. What we call the object oriented program is little bit harder. Okay, so what you do, you just don't keep like watching the videos or just attending the class. Is no point of attending the class. Okay, so if you do practice, now see in this, all of you now 7 members are there, but only one girl has done the homework. So how come? What happened to others? You can't tell that I was not in the last class, that and this, because you have the recording. You have to do it somehow. You have 1 week of time, isn't it? You have almost 6 days to complete, isn't it? Now itself, even today you can do. If not, you have the other 6 days, isn't it? So it's up to you, dears, whether doing the practice or not is in your hand. But if you do practice only, if you do something, okay, just run even a single program, then only you will understand the language. Because programming class is not, I'm not here just to come and talk to you and just share you the screen and go. Okay, you guys have to practice. Okay, that's the thing, because this is online. I always have to tell, right? This is not physical. If it is physical, I could have trained you, but unfortunately I cannot do it. I can just ask you to share the screen and show me the output. That's the thing I can do. So you just have to go through the recording and do the things and show it to me, share it with me. Okay, so that's all. We'll see today. Almost we will be learning what double OP concept, and then I'll just show you how we can do that from 10 to 1, how we can run it. Okay, I'll show you the homework as well. I'll code it and show it to you, so those who couldn't do it, the homework can understand, can get it from that as well. Okay, can get the idea. Okay, now look at the screen. Okay, object oriented programming කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා කාට හරි දන්නවද? Anybody? யாருக்காச்சும் தெரியுமா? Double OP concept கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? If not, have you heard about it? Any idea?
Classes like that have classes that we can reuse.
Okay, well done. Okay, classes. Okay, something which is related to classes. Okay, any other ideas? Yeah, it's a programming method, but I'm asking whether you know about object oriented programming. If I have any idea, Okay, so object oriented programming. So here when you are telling this name WOP කියලා කියනකොටම when you are like telling that the object oriented programming කියලා කියනකොටම object කියලා එකක් එනවා නේද? Isn't it? There is something called object. The first O is representing objects. So objects are something where we can create, like for an example, real-time example. I'll just tell you. If you have a phone, that means it's an object, isn't it? You have phone, right? Your laptop is an object. Likewise, each and every objects. Okay. So as I cannot remember the name who was answering. Okay. So classes are known as objects. Okay, object එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ class එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකට අපි කියනවා class එකකට අපි කියනවා object එකක් කියලා. Okay, we'll learn more about it. Don't worry. එතකොට object oriented කියලා කියන්නේ it's a programming paradigm, okay, which works with objects තමයි mainly මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. Okay, so අපි mainly පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ objects වෙන objects පාවිච්චි කරලා. Now for an example, if we take a person who has named as A, okay, so he might or she might have a bag, isn't it? So bag is an object. She might have we can say a phone, isn't it? That's an object. So for one particular program, there might be many objects, isn't it? So what we usually do is when we are coding in object-oriented programming, at once we won't code everything in one particular page itself. Okay, so separately for each of the functions or else each of the objects, we will have separate classes where we can call them in whenever we need it. Okay, we'll learn it furthermore. Okay, don't worry. එතකොට මේක අපි මොනවාද මේක paradigm එකක්. That means it's a temporarily we will be creating a paradigm or else we can call it as a method kind of thing. Okay, programming එකක් මේකෙන් අපි මොනවාද කරන්නේ නම් වෙනම objects පාවිච්චි කරලා තමයි code කරන්නේ. We won't just code it at structuredly. We will use objects wherever we need. Okay, objects have two main things. Okay, state කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, method කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. It has two main things. One is when we can say variables or else behaviors, or else we can call it as state or method. Am I clear? So you better take down these things. Okay, I'll be explaining what you do. Don't write write down everything whatever that you see in the screen. Just take down whatever that you understood. ஓகே, விளங்கிச்சா? நீங்க இதுல விளங்கி கொண்ட விஷயத்த மட்டும் ஈவன் இன் தமிழ் உங்களுக்கு எழுதி கொள்ளாம உங்களுக்கு நீங்க என்ன விளங்கினீங்க இந்த பிரசன்டேஷன் ஸ்லைட்ல ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி ஸ்லைட்ல நீங்க என்னென்ன விளங்கி கொள்றீங்களோ அது எல்லாத்தையும் டேக் டவுன் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ஓகே, තේරුණාද? මං ඔයාලට කියලා දෙන දේවල් වලින් ඔයාලට දැන් මං මේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් ස්ලයිඩ් එක තියෙනවනේ පුතා. මේකෙන් මං ඔයාලට මොනවා එකක් කියලා දුන්නොත් if you can understand that, you just whatever that you understood. Okay, ඔයාට තේරුණ දේ ඔයා නිකන් ලියා ගන්න. එහෙම මොනවා එකක් තේරෙන්න බැරිව තියෙනවා නම්, okay, if you couldn't understand something whatever that I'm explaining in one presentation slide, just let me know. At that time itself I will try to explain it to you again. Okay, fine. So object oriented කියලා කියන්නේ එක programming method එකක්. ඒ වගේම ඒක mainly main method ඒ කියන්නේ behaviors දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, object ඒකේ main දෙකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ it has two main things. Okay, then අපි කියනවා නම් අපි කියනවනේ variable. Then even though if you take an object puta, it has mainly two things. Something whatever that you can use, like for an example, if you take a phone, you can just tell things about the phone, right? It is the brand of the phone is this, the color of the phone is this, that and this. You can tell, we can just tell whatever that you tell about that thing is known as state. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් variable කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, you can just tell things about that particular objects. When it comes to method or its behaviors, we can say that I can call through the phone, just message, isn't it? Can listen to songs. So whatever that we can do with the phone is known as method. So or an object have two things. Even if it is a person, they would have two things. If you are like assume that දැන් එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා, දැන් මෙතන A කියලා person කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. ඒකට මං මෙයාගෙන මෙයාව අඳුරගෙන තියනවද? මං ඔයාලට කියනවා මෙතන එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා, එයා මෙච්චර උසයි, එයා මේ පාටයි, මෙයාට මේ වගේ කොණ්ඩ තියෙනවා, මේ වගේ මං හැම එකක්ම එයාගෙන කියනවා. So that is known as states. Understood? So if he or she can run or eat or talk, all these are known as methods, behaviors. Alangisha. Is it clear? Am I clear? එතකොට ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඔබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් ගොඩක් මේ වගේ ඔබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් ගොඩාක් එකතු වෙලා තමයි අපි ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් ඔරියන්ටඩ් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑමින් එක කරන්නේ. අන්ඩර්ස්ටුඩ්. ඒ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක කරන්න ඔයාලට දැනගන්න වෙනවා ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා. අන්ඩර්ස්ටුඩ්. මේ ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් එකේ මොනවාද තියෙන්නේ කියලාත් ඔයාලා දැනගන්න වෙනවා. So in this object, whatever the object that you have has two main things, which is state and method. Am I clear? Is it clear? விளங்கிச்சா உங்களுக்கு? objects சொன்னா என்ன object கீழ ரெண்டு முக்கியமான விஷயங்கள்டா என்ன வழங்கிச்சா state and methods state ன்னு சொன்னா அத பத்தி சொல்ற விஷயங்கள் இப்ப நாங்க ஒரு ஃபார் an எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு பென் ஒன்று எடுத்தோம்னு சொன்னா இந்த பென் வந்து இந்த கலர்ல இருக்குது இது இவ்வளோ பெருசாய்க்குது இதோட வந்து சைஸ் வந்து இவ்வளோ இதோட பிராண்ட் வந்து இது அப்படி நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் தானே அதை பத்தின விஷயங்கள் அதுக்கு நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் ஒன்று ஸ்டேட்ன்னு சொல்லி இல்லைன்னு சொன்னா வேரியபிள் அது at the same time நீங்க அந்த பெண்ணால என்னென்னலாம் செய்யலாம் you can write you can you can do things right with the pen so அந்த விஷயங்களுக்கு நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் you can throw the pen isn't it you can hit with the pen likewise there are things that you can do with the pen so we can tell that whatever that you can do with the particular object for an example if it is a pen whatever that you can do with the pen is known as method வழங்கிச்சா நீங்க என்னெல்லாம் செய்யறீங்களோ இந்த பேனாவால அதுக்கு நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் மெத்தட்ஸ்னு சொல்லி here there is a picture where it says object oriented programming කියන මෙතන ෆොටෝ එකක් තියෙනවනේ so when it comes to class මෙයා human class එකේ එන කෙනෙක් object එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ okay මේක object මේ object එක මෙයාගේ නම understood class එක කියලා කියන්නේ human class එකේ එනවා but at the same time then object me then when human class එකේ only this me person කෙනෙක් එක person කෙනෙක්ද ඉන්න පුළුවන් no there could be many person isn't it so me object එක අපි identify කරගන්න we can name each of the name can be used okay if not an id number or else a registration number can be used and then these objects have properties as you can see email address all these are known as property of this particular person understood this human okay human කෙනෙකුට name එකක් තියෙනවා දැන් මෙයා එන්නේ human කියන class category එක ඇතුලේ මෙයාට අපි නමක් තියමු like we can call her as Jessie okay assume that her name is Jessie so her email address phone number all this comes under what properties then whatever that she can do with those property or whatever she can do is known as methods so she can verify send mails receive mails she can call like things that she can do understood මේක තේරුණාද මේ නිකන් diagram එක බලා ගන්න learn furthermore හරි a software component that has an identity state and set of operations that works on a state okay a software component එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ software එකේදී ගොඩක් දේවල් තියෙනවා okay අපි නිකන් software එකක් ගත්තොත් it's not just the software even whatever the software that you are using it could be WhatsApp or else Instagram or else Zoom whatever the software it has this identity state operations isn't it so මේ හැම එකක්ම තියෙන්නේ මොන එකද object එකක් ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාගේ software එකේදී objects තියෙනවා okay it has objects so each of these objects has its own identity state and operations the state is represented by attributes and their values what the object is okay and then the operations define the behaviors of the object what the object can do okay so bulb objects for an example we can take this as an object okay so bulb කියලා object එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා ගන්න so state එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ when it comes to software we can call it as or else we call it as attributes okay attributes කියලා තමයි අපි මෙයාව call කරන්නේ මොන එකද states so when it comes to a bulb object color is blue so that is an attribute that is a state ඒ වගේම watts ඒ වගේම status ඒ වගේ on the off the මේ වගේ එයාට තියෙන එයා ගැන කියන දේවල් වලට අපි කියන්න පුළුවන් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් data or else attributes or else properties කියලා am I clear so this bulb is just an object then I'm telling about this bulb is what we call we can call it as state or else data or else attributes or else we can call it as properties at the same time whatever that you can do with the bulb is known as operation or else we can call it as methods or else we can call it as behaviors of the object. Understood? එතකොට ඔයාට මේකේ මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්? Switch on, switch off කරන්න පුළුවන්. That's the thing that you can do. So that is known as method එකක්. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් behavior එකක් කියලා. operation එකක් කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. මේ ඔක්කොම දැන් similarly ඔයාලට තේරෙනවද? එතකොට two things, the main two things that an object have is what? We can say it could be state or else we can call it as what? Operations කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් attributes and behaviors කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් what we can say method එකක් නැත්නම් data එකක් කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. Am I clear? තේරුණාද මේක? මේක ලියා ගන්න. ඔයාට තේරුණ දේ ලියා ගන්න. හරිද? ඔයා software එකක් ගත්තොතින් ඒකේ තියෙනවා objects තියෙනවා. ඒ objects හැම එකෙන්ම state එකක් operation එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙනවා. Okay. එතකොට ඒ state එක දැන් මෙතන identity එක bulb object කියන එක. හරිද? bulb කියන එක තමයි identity එක. එතකොට අපි identify කරලා තියෙන object එකක්. මේ object එකේ තියෙන attributes මොනවාද කියලා මෙතන දාලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මෙයාට කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල්. Okay, whatever that the bulb can do, what we can do with the whatever that we can do with the bulb is known as methods. Is it clear? Valangicha තේරුණාද? Am I clear? Tamai?
Yes.
Everyone? Yes, right? Okay, well done. So we'll just focus only on attribute. So in the database class we were learning about these attributes, right? Entity eකට attribute එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා. So all comes under one thing. Okay, so database එකක් හදන උනත් it merges with this, right? So here attribute එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ, but this is not the data ER diagram attribute. Okay, you have to make sure this is not the ER diagram attribute, that is separate thing. This is a separate attribute. Okay, so here attribute, now object එකේ තියෙන්නේ attribute and behaviors කියලා අපිට දන්නවා. Then even in that one we are learning what is attribute. Attribute එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා. Attribute is used to describe objects of a class. Okay, ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේක movie කියන එක class එකක් නම් මෙයාව describe කරන්න අපි පාවිච්චි object එක දැන් movie කියන එක එනවා it's under one something. Okay, film කියන class එකේ එන object එක තමයි මේ movie කියන එක. Okay, so we are giving an explanation or else description about this particular object. Okay, ඒකට අපි කියනවා attributes කියලා. දැන් මේ object එකට title එකක් තියෙනවා. director කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඒ වගේම written by කවුද කියලා තියෙනවා නේද? duration, release release date. Likewise it has few attributes, isn't it, about this object. Then මේ වගේම ගොඩාක් objects තියෙන්න පුළුවන් under film class, isn't it? There could be many other like cast කියලා තව එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Likewise can be there, right? So each of these objects will have attributes where it will describe about this particular object. Am I clear? Attribute එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ description of that particular. එතකොට එක describe එකක්ද තියෙන්නේ? There could be many more description about the object. Okay, it is a data value held by object. එතකොට බලන්න මේ හැම එකක්ම data value එකක්. හරිද? data means whatever. Now you guys know data means something, isn't it? Your name is a data, your address is a data, your phone number is a data, isn't it? Whatever that is related to you is a data. So even though if it is movie, that's like you take you as an example. Now if Nifal is an object, okay, he comes under human class. Okay, so Nifal is object, so he has his own attributes. Now his phone number is like we can call his name, everything comes under what? Data. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් attribute එකක් කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන් නේද? එතකොට මේක data value එකක්. එහෙම එකක්ම data value එකක්. Okay, and it has its own name, unique name and pure data value. ඒ වගේම attributes හැම එකක්ම unique name එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම pure data value එකක් තියෙනවා ඒකෙදි. Okay, then title එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ movie might have a title. Like pure data එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. Harry Potter කියන්නේ title එකක්. හරිද? ඒ director ගේ නම title ඒකේ තියෙන value එකක් data එකක් හරිද ඒ වගේම written by කවුද කියන එක data value එකක් understood duration එක ඒකත් data value එකක් if you take another movie something like you can say Conjuring or something assume so then the title of the movie is a data pure data value එකක් isn't it likewise මේකෙන් අපි data values තමයි ගොඩක් add කරගෙන යන්නේ okay so that is up to whenever we are running the program whenever we are using we can use these data values okay uniquely api unique names තියෙනවා මේ හැම එකකටමනේ now title is a unique name director කියන එක unique name එකක් written by කියන එක unique name under this we will have values data values pure values okay then එකම director නෙවෙයිනේ හැම movie එකක්ම මේ direct කරන්නේ නේද so there will be different directors isn't it அப்ப ஒரே director தான் எல்லா மூவியும் direct பண்றேன்னு எங்களுக்கு சொல்லல ஒரே title தான் எல்லா மூவிக்கும் ஈக்கேன்னு சொல்லல அப்ப ஒவ்வொரு அட்ரிபியூட்ஸுக்கும் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி யூனிக்கான ஒரு நேம் ஒண்டிக்கும் இந்த நேமுக்கு கீழே வந்து ஒவ்வொன்றுக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு மூவிக்கும்னு சொல்லி அதுக்கான டேட்டாஸ் ஒரு பியோர் டேட்டா ஒண்டிக்கும் இந்த மூவி இந்த டேட்ல வந்து ரிலீஸ் ஆக்கப்பட்டுச்சு இது டியூரேஷன் இவ்வளோ இது வந்து இவர்தான் ரைட் பண்ணிக்கிறாரு லைக் வைஸ் யூ வில் ஹாவ் வேல்யூஸ் okay data values for each of these name okay so under the title you will have a data value under the director you will have a data value am I clear so attribute එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ mainly it's description about object of a class okay then මෙතන movie කියන object එක ගැන තමයි මේ හැම එකක්ම describe වෙලා තියෙන්නේ එතකොට මේ descriptions වලට අපි කියනවා unique names okay describe කරලා තියෙන්නේ uniquely හැම title කියන්නේ unique name එකක් director කියන්නේ unique name එකක් නේද so under that we have pure datas am I clear තේරුණාද මේක and then we can move to the operations or else we can call it as behaviors okay so shall we continue so operation එකක් නැත්තම් behaviors කියලා කියන්නේ okay this is a function performed by an object or service given by it ඒ කියන්නේ object එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒ object එකකින් අපි කරන දෙයකට ඒ කියන්නේ දෙයකට එහෙමත් නැත්නම් ඒකින් අපිට මොනාර එකක් ලැබෙනවා නම් service එකක් වෙනවා නම් ඒකට අපි කියනවා operation එහෙමත් නැත්නම් behaviors කියලා am I clear okay so if there is an object okay so everything now as you guys know object එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ whatever that you can touch and feel okay that is what we can call it whatever that we can touch and feel is known as objects okay when it comes to software itself you can now if you can work with a button or if you can submit register login so these are known as objects okay you can do something right you can touch and with your mouse you can touch and do things isn't it so we can do things with these buttons so those buttons are known as objects so these buttons can do things right like it submit the file or else you can insert images things are the things that you can do with it okay so that is known as operations and behavior and operations can have list of arguments and result types okay so that means you now when it comes to operations it can have list of arguments that means not only one operation can be done okay operation එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ගොඩාක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් ඒකෙන් වෙන වෙන result එතනින් එනවා okay කියන්නේ එක operation එකක් වෙනකොට ඒකෙන් ගොඩාක් outputs results ගොඩාක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් for an example we can tell that දැන් හිතන්න login button තියෙනවා so then you are filling out the text boxes with the correct username and the password and you are trying to submit the button so it is sending what will happen if both the username and password is correct then what the button will allow you to do it will allow you to get into the system isn't it it will show you the main menu then that is one result of the same operation isn't it at the same time if you are trying to click on the same button but instead of giving a correct username and the password you are typing a wrong password then what will happen will it allow you to enter into the system no it will show you an error saying that that is also one result okay so error saying that your password or email address is like incorrect කියලා එතන පෙන්නනවා නේද එතකොට එකම function එකේ okay එකම method එකේ various results වලට දෙන එකකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ මේ operation එකේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් there could be various results වලංගිචා මොකද වලංගිචා அப்படின்னு சொன்னா ஒரு ஆபரேஷனை நாங்க எடுத்தோம்னு சொன்னா அதுல ஒரே ஒரு ஆபரேஷன் தான் செய்யலும்னு இல்ல. சரியா? இப்ப இப்ப நாங்க சும்மா லொகின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு ஆபரேஷன் நீக்கின்னு சொன்னா ஒரு பட்டன் ஒன்று இருக்குது. அப்ப பட்டனை பத்தி நாங்க சொல்றதுக்கு தானே நாங்க ஸ்டேட் இல்லாட்டி பிஹேவ் நாட் ஸ்டேட்னு சொல்லுவோம், இல்லாட்டி அட்ரிபியூட்ஸ் சொல்லுவோம். இந்த பட்டன் இந்த கலர்ல இருக்குது, இதோட உயரம் அகலம் இவ்வளவு இருக்குது, இது எல்லாத்துக்கும் நாங்க என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? ஸ்டேட் இல்லாட்டி நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் அட்ரிபியூட். அதே நாங்க ஆபரேஷன் எடுத்தோம்னா அந்த பட்டனை கிளிக் பண்ணினோடனே என்னெல்லாம் நடக்கும் அப்படின்றதுக்கு தான் நாங்க ஆபரேஷன் இல்லாட்டி பிஹேவியர்ஸ்னு சொல்லுவோம். சரியா? அப்ப இப்ப இந்த லாகின் சொல்ற பட்டனிக்கு தானே இதை நாங்க கிளிக் பண்ணினதுக்கு போறோம் என்ன நடக்கும்டா, இப்ப நீங்க ஒரு கரெக்டான யூசர் நேம் அண்ட் பாஸ்வேர்ட் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னா அது உங்களை மெயின் இன்டர்ஃபேஸுக்கு வந்து கூட்டிட்டு வந்துப்போம். ஏன்னா அது வந்து மெயின் இன்டர்ஃபேஸை காட்டும். இதே இன்கேஸ் நீங்க வந்து ராங்கான ஒரு யூசர் நேம் உண்டு இல்லாட்டி பாஸ்வேர்டு கொடுத்துறீங்கன்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஓகே, இன்புட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னு சொல்லி இப்ப என்ன நடக்கும்? உங்களுக்கு வந்து வேறொரு ஆர்கியூமெண்ட் வந்து அது காட்டும். அப்படின்னு சொன்னா வேறொரு ரிசல்ட்டை காட்டும், saying that incorrect password or else incorrect username அப்படின்ட்டு ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு எரர் ஒன்றை காட்டும். ஸோ ஒரே ஆபரேஷன்ல வந்து பாருங்க எத்தனை ஆர்கியூமெண்ட்ஸ் அங்க நிக்கின்னு சொல்லி ஒன்று வந்து உங்களை இன்டர்ஃபேஸ்க்கு காட்டும், அப்படி இல்லாட்டி உங்களுக்கு எரரை காட்டும். isn't it? Am I clear? Now look at this picture. Now there's a girl, right? So then here state or property or variable මෙතන බලන්න height ඒ වගේම weight මේ හැම එකක්ම මෙයා ගෙන කියන දේවල්. Okay, behaviors or functions or else method or else operations. Here singing, drinking, running, all this comes under the behavior. Okay, so for an example you can take that as an example. Okay, then අපි real time example එකක් බලමු. Okay, is this is clear up to here? Operation වෙනකන් ඔයාලට තේරුණාද? Have you taken notes? விளங்கிச்சா இது எல்லாமே? තේරුණාද? Clear? Operations, attributes, clear? Objects, classes, all clear, right? Okay, Nadira, well done. Let's move. Okay, so here there is an example which they have given for to a bank account. Okay පුතා, දැන් බලන්න bank account එකක් තියෙනවා. හරි, දැන් මේ bank account object එකක්. මේක object එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ this is not just a bank account, it is a particular person's bank account. දැන් මගේ bank account එකක්, ඒකට තමයි මම object එකක් කියලා කියන්න ඕනේ. Okay, if there is a bank account just for me, then that is known as object. Bank accounts කියලා කියන්නේ it's a class. In that class you have object. ඒ එක object එකක් තමයි මේ ID එකේ represent කරලා තියෙන්නේ. A1 කියන object එක තමයි මෙතන display වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Okay, so object ID is A1. Am I clear? I hope this is clear. And in this object, okay, we have data, or else we can call it as attribute or properties. So excess number, that is the data. Then the number has been given, name that has been given as Roy, balance it has been given 400. Okay, so all these are values, isn't it? Or else we can say it as, we can call it as attributes, isn't it? Or else variables. So A1 කියන මේ object එකට තියෙන data, attribute එහෙමත් නැත්නම් properties තමයි මේක. Then what this object can do? The methods or else operations or else behaviors. Deposit කරන්න පුළුවන්, withdrawal කරන්න පුළුවන්, show balance කරන්න පුළුවන්. So all these what this A1 object can do. Okay, so that is known as methods. Then බලන්න A1 deposit 100. Then I'll make the balance 500 because why is that? Balance was already 400, right? එතකොට deposit කියන method එකේ එයා 100 rupees එකක් deposit කරා නම් what will happen? The attribute will become, it will change, the value will change to how much? If the object A1, if it deposit 100, then what will become? The balance would become how much?
500.
500. Very good. 500 is a value, isn't it? Value will be changed. Already it was 400. ඒකයි මං කිව්වේ attributes change වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, values change වෙනවා නේද? එතකොට මෙතන balance කියලා තියෙන මේ value එක change වෙනවා. Understood? And then A1 withdraw කරනවා 200. then what will happen? The balance value would change into how much?
300.
300. Very good. Then A1 shows balance. It will show what? Method decay. Then may have method day. Understood. So it just display 300. Okay, 300 කියන්නේ මේ balance එක කීයද තියෙන්නේ කියලා it will just show the balance. Your balance amount is this කියලා පෙන්නනවා. So I hope it is clear all these things. Okay. So method එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඔයාට කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් මේකෙන් ඒ වගේම ඒකට අදාළ දේවල් object එකට relate වෙන දේවල් වලට කියනවා. එහෙමත් නැත්නම් variables වලට අපි කියනවා data's attributes නැත්නම් අපි කියනවා properties කියලා. එහෙනම් உங்களுக்கு இது clear ஆ விளங்கிச்சா? A1 என்று சொல்லி ஒரு object ஒன்று இருக்குது. அந்த objectக்கான விஷயங்கள் தான் data அப்படி இல்லாட்டி நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் attributes அப்படி இல்லாட்டி propertiesனு சொல்லுவோம். Okay. So அதுக்குள்ள என்னெல்லாம் வரும்? excess number, name, balance இந்த மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள் வந்து data இல்லாட்டி attributes குள்ள வரும். Guys, can you please mute your mic? Okay. அதே நாங்க ஓகே சோ அதே நாங்க வந்து மெத்தட்ன்னு சொல்லி எடுத்தோம்னு சொன்னா இப்ப A1 ன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ஐடி ஒன்று இருக்குது. அந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ஐடி வந்து என்னெல்லாம் செய்யலாம்? டிபாசிட் பண்ணலாம், ஷோ பேலன்ஸ் காட்டலாம், வித்ட்ரோவல் பண்ணலாம். கரெக்ட். சோ ஆப்ஜெக்ட் එකට කියලා ID එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේ හැම ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් ඉතින් A2, A3, A4 කියලා තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හැම එකකටම access number එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. එයාට කියලා නමක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. balance එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. එයාට කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Understood. So all comes under what? Comes under object. Even day to day life ඔයා කරන හැම දෙයකම object oriented එක තමයි එතන apply වෙන්නේ. object එකක් object orientedly තමයි ඔයාලා හැම දෙයක්ම පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. Even today you might go to ATM and you might withdraw or deposit, isn't it? So you are dealing with these objects. Am I clear? Understood. ඔයාලට පුළුවන් නම් මේක draw කරගන්න. If it is possible, just not possible, you have to take it down. Okay? නිකන් මේ example එක ඔයාලා ලියා ගන්න. මේ එකක් draw කරලා datas නැත්නම් attributes කියලා වෙනම ලියා ගන්න and then write down these methods as well. Soon after you are done with it, let me know. I'll move to the other slide then. மறைஞ்சிட்டீங்கன்னு சொல்லுங்க. ஓகே லியாகத்தனம் කියන්න මට. Done. Nifal done. What about others? හැමෝම ඉවරයි නම් කියන්න. Okay, well done. So let's move to the next slide. Okay, now it is time for us to learn about the class. Okay. Hari, then make අපි වෙනම දෙයක් තමයි ඉගෙන ගන්න. Now you know about the attribute, about the operations, about the object. Now it's time for us to learn about the class. Okay. Hari, then අපි බලමු class එකක් කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා. A class is a blueprint, or else we can call it as template for a set of similar objects. Got it? ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක blueprint එකක් වගේ. හරිද? එහෙම නැත්නම් template එකක් වගේ. ඒ template එකේ යටින් තමයි හැම object එකක්ම එන්නේ. Okay. A1 A2 කියලා දැන් බලන්න මෙතන. account කියන මේ class එකට අදාළ objects තමයි මේවා. Okay. එතන බලන්න access number 156 එකක් තියෙනවා 158 කියලා තියෙනවා 157 159 likewise there could be plenty more objects. Here this has been identified as A1 A2, A3, A4, A5. Likewise, there could be many more objects. But in order to keep all these objects, we have to have a template or else a blueprint, isn't it? A blueprint එක තමයි මේක. තේරුණාද? දැන් හිතන්න අපි කියමු for an example we can take a real time example එකක් කියනවා නම් assume that let's say okay then ඔයා chocolate එකක් okay I used to always whenever I give examples I used to tell chocolate neda because I'm a chocolate lover that's why I take that as an example. Okay, so if you are going to a shop to buy in one Kendo's chocolate ගන්න යනවා කියලා හිතමු. Okay, then ඔයා ගියාට පස්සේ then supermarket එකේ row they කියන්නේ then there would be racks, right? So in those racks you will have chocolate section. In the section you will have lots of chocolates, like different brands would be there. But even in that you are about to take Kendos, okay? So in Kendos itself there would be many Kendos chocolates. So පුතා ඒකටම කියලා ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එකක් තියෙනවා, ඒකටම කියලා කවර් එකක් තියෙනවා, ඒකටම කියලා ෂේප් එකක් තියෙනවා නේද? So we can call that as class. Okay, so in that you will have many objects. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එකෙන්ම ගොඩාක් චොක්ලට්ස් ඔයාට තියෙනවා නේද? එතකොට ඔයාට ඕන එකක් දැන් ඔයා උඩම තියෙන එකක් ගන්න වුණත් ඒක ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකට කියලා සීරියල් නම්බර් එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Understood? එතකොට ඔයා එක object එකක් එතනින් pick කරගෙන එනවා. There are many objects under one class. You are picking one object from that rack. Is it clear? එතකොට object class එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ you can say simply it as blueprint එහෙමත් නැත්නම් template කියලා. விளங்கிச்சா? ஸோ இப்போ நீங்கள் ஒரு ஷாப்புக்கு போகிறீங்க, அப்போ ஒரு ரேக்கில் வந்து நிறைய சாக்லேட்ஸ் வச்சுக்கி. இப்போ இதுலேயும் நீங்கள் வந்து ஒவ்வொரு கிளாஸாக பார்த்துக்கணும் வந்து கெண்டோஸ்ன்னு சொல்கிறதுலேயும் அதுலேயும் இன்னொரு கிளாஸை நீங்கள் பார்க்குறீங்க. என்னது டேரி மில்க்கோ இல்லாட்டி லைக் ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு அந்த ஒரு பீனட்ஸோ ஏதோ ஒரு செக்ஷனை பார்க்குறீங்க. தட் இஸ் நோன் ஆஸ் கிளாஸ். இப்போ இதில் ஒரே ஒரு சாக்லேட்டை வச்சுப்பாங்க? நோ, there would be many chocolate. என்ன ஒரே கிளாஸ்ல வந்து நிறைய சாக்லேட் இருக்கும், ஒரு 5-6 இருக்குன்னு வைங்களே. அதுல நீங்க ஒரு சாக்லேட்டை பிக் பண்றீங்கடா, அது என்ன ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட நீங்க அதுல இருந்து எடுக்கிறீங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். So under one class there will be many more objects. It defines the data and operations for a set of similar objects. ඒ කියන්නේ datas and operations දෙකම තියෙනවා set of එක කියන්නේ ඔයා දැන් මෙතන in this diagram look at this accounts කියන එක තමයි class එක, excess number, name, balance කියන එක datas. But here in objects you have given the number, you have given the name, they have given the balance. But here it's just have given the structure. That's the thing. Okay, they have not given any values, but objects are the one will be carrying the value, not the class. It will just give the structure or else the it defines. Okay, it defines the like objects. Okay, objects වලට ඕන operation and data දෙකම define කරලා පෙන්නනවා මේ දේවල් තමයි තියෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. But exact data and the exact data or else the attributes has to be given where in the objects. Objects are the one who will be carrying it. Then බලන්න deposit withdrawal කියන්නේ නිකන් එයාලා තියෙන structure එක මේ දෙකම කරන්න පුළුවන්. But each මේ හැම එකනම එකම value එකද deposit කරන්නේ? එමත් නැත්නම් එකම amount එකද withdraw කරන්නේ? No. Different values, different amounts will can be deposited, if not withdrawed. Isn't it? එතකොට objects වලින් අපිට වෙන දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන්. But මේ blueprint එක එකම blueprint එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. But objects are the one will be carrying the values and then they will be doing different kind of operations. Okay, තේරුණාද? එතකොට මෙයා blueprint එකක් විදියට මෙයාට තියෙනවා. අපි කියලා තියෙනවා ඔයාට excess number එකක් තියෙනෝනේ. now දැන් මං කිව්වා වගේ දැන් chocolates තියෙනවනේ. දැන් cover එක යාලා print කරනකොට එක structure එකේ යාලා print කරලා තියෙනවා. දැන් ඒකේ කියමුකෝ QR code කියන structure එකක් යා එහෙම මේ cover එකටම තියෙනවා. But all the chocolates won't have the same QR, isn't it? Different QR will be added to those different covers. Okay, but the structure is same. Understood? From one class you can make any number of objects of the same type. Yeah. so ඔයාට පුළුවන් ඕන තරම් objects create කරන්න එකම class එකකින් ඔයාට ඕන තරම් objects create කරන්න පුළුවන්. As you can see here, A1 කියලා විතරක් ඔයාට object එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් in here? No, you can have at A2, A3, A5, A6. Likewise, you can have many more objects, number of objects in one class, under one class. එකම row එකේ ඔයාට එකම chocolate එකක්ද තියෙන්න පුළුවන්? No, under Cando section you can have many more chocolates, isn't it? So it is, but all the chocolate are same, all are same, under all has same structure, all has same flavor, everything is same, but different, like you will have many more objects, many more chocolate, isn't it? So that's what they have explained over here. From one class you can make any number of objects. Okay, am I clear? තේරුණාද මේක? objects කියන්නේ මොනවාද? මේ objects එක carry කරන්නේ තමයි මේ class එකක් කියන එක අපි create කරගන්නේ. விளங்கிச்சாயிது? So இந்த class என்ன செய்வாரு? அவருக்கு வேண்டிய மட்டும் objects வந்து add பண்ணிக்கொண்டே போவார். அவருக்கு எத்தனை object வேணுமோ அத்தனை object வந்து அவர்கிட்ட இருக்கும். இப்போ இன்னைக்கு A1 A2 மட்டும் object ஆயிக்கும் இல்ல, A3 A4 A5 6 னு சொல்லி 7 8 9 பேத்து கொண்டே இருக்கலாம். ஏன்னா இப்ப நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி ஏற்கனவே ஒரு ரோல இப்ப நாங்க கே ஓகே இப்ப சாக்லேட்னு சொல்ற அந்த ரோல தனிக்கு கேண்டோஸ்னு சொல்ற செக்ஷன் லிக்குது. பட் அதுல வந்து ஒரே ஒரு சாக்லேட் ஆயிக்கும் இல்ல, நிறைய சாக்லேட் சீக்கும். ஏன்னா அப்ப ஒரே மாதிரி தான், ஆனா எல்லாமே ஒரே டேஸ்ட் தான், எல்லாமே ஒரே ஷேப் தான், பட் அங்க வந்து நிறைய சாக்லேட் சீக்கும், isn't it? So அத மாதிரி தான் under one class you can have number of objects. Is it clear? class කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා තේරුණාද? object එකක් කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා දන්නවා? class එකක් කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා තේරුණාද? attributes, date කියන්නේ methods, attribute හැම එකක්ම දැන් ඔයාලට දන්නවා. Now I am asking whether you understood what is a class is. Clear, right? Okay. Take down notes, okay? Whatever that you understood. Here they have given a simple example, okay? A class එකක් තියෙනවා. The name of the class is what? Can you tell me? What is the name of the class? Student is the name of the class. Very good. Now tell me, what are the attributes of this class? Attributes or else data or else state. What are the states of this class?
Registration number, name,
Yeah.
age, and marks.
Very good. The methods, what are the operations?
Editors, add student, edit, and delete.
Very good. So what are the objects that this class carries? Name me the objects.
S1 and S2.
S1 and S2. Very good. So does this S1 and S2s have values in it?
Yes.
Yeah, what are the values?
Registration number is 001. Name
Yeah,
is
those are the
John.
values. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Name and then the age, marks has been given. Very good. So this is just an example. You know, looking at this, you can get a clear idea about the objects, about the methods, about the what data, state, or else you can say attributes, and then the class. Okay, so then බලන්න class එකෙම තමයි කියලා තියෙන්නේ. මේක තමයි attributes, මේව තමයි methods. Okay, so මේ හැම එකක්ම carry කරගෙන ඉනවා මේ objects කියන මේ S1 කියන object එක, method මේ attributes හැම එකක්ම මේක මෙතනම දීලා තියෙනවා. මේකෙන් show details කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, මේ object ගැන එයාගේ details ඔක්කොම show කරන්න පුළුවන්. තව අලුතින් එක්කෙනෙක් ආව කියලා කියමුකෝ S3 කියලා. එතකොට S3 කියන object එක අපිට add කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. එයාව edit කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා හිතමුකෝ. Now I wanted to edit this object S2. Okay, so what should I be able to do? I should be able to edit it. So that method has been given in the class. So I should be able to change the age or the marks or whatever I need. Then there should be another method where I should be able to delete. So if I need to delete S2, then through clicking on delete button, the object has to be deleted. So I hope this is clear. And the class it's a blueprint in like what we'll have. So according to these blueprints, you will have objects. Okay, so these objects should be able to show, edit, delete. Okay, விளங்கிச்சா? கிளாஸும் objectsum இது இந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் விளங்கிச்சா உங்களுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும்? Okay, I hope it is clear. Now let's move and see, should I need to keep this to take down. ලියා ගන්නවද මේක? example කියලා heading එක දාලා මේක draw කරගන්න. Okay, first you just draw it. blueprint கொண்டு சொல்லுங்களா? ஆரிஸ் blueprint ன்னு சொன்னா இது கிளாஸ் புத்தாது. கிளாஸ் blueprint ன்னு சொன்னா blueprint ன்னு சொன்னா நீங்க மூவிஸ் எல்லாம் பாத்திப்பீங்க. அந்த ஏதோ ஒரு மூவி இல்லைன்னா அவர் வந்து இப்படி கீழே போக்கல அப்படியே ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட் ஒன்று வரும். கேன் யூ ரிமெம்பர் what's that? Vijay's movie, right? So when he is going under the table, the blueprint shows. Can you remember that movie? In what movie that was there? I cannot remember the name. Yeah, the Katti is the name of the movie. Can you remember that? Have you watched the movie? So it shows that blueprint under the table, isn't it? So that is known as blueprint. Okay, blueprint இது சொன்னா ஒரு விஷயத்துக்கான ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் மாதிரி. இப்போ நீங்க ஒரு ட்ரெஸ் வந்து நீங்க புதுசா தைக்க போறீங்கன்னு சொல்லுவோமே, ஸோ அந்த ட்ரெஸ்ஸுக்கான ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரக்சரை நீங்க வரைஞ்சு கொள்றீங்க. இந்த ட்ரெஸ் இப்படி தைக்க போகுதுன்னு, சரியா? அப்ப அதுக்கு நாங்க சொல்லுவோம் கிளாஸ் இல்லாட்டி ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட்னு சொல்லி. ஓகே, ஸோ இதுல ஒரே ஒரு ட்ரெஸ்ஸா நீங்க தைக்கலும் இல்ல, ஒரே ஒரு 2-3 கலர்ல வேற வேற ட்ரெஸ் இருந்தாலும் உங்களுக்கு தைக்கலாம், ஆனா ஒரே ஷேப்ல இருக்கும். ஓகே, ஸோ இப்போ நீங்க ஸ்கூல் போகலே ஸ்கூல்ல எல்லாருமே ஒரே ட்ரெஸ் தான் உடுப்பீங்க. ஆனே அது வந்து ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட் ஆஃப் த ட்ரெஸ் வந்து அதுதான், அது அப்படித்தான் நீக்கணும், அப்படித்தான் நீக்குது என்ன. ஸோ தட் இஸ் த வே தட் த ட்ரெஸ் ஹேஸ் டு பி ஸ்டிச்ட். பட் only one person is wearing that dress? No, அங்க நிறைய பேர் அதே ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ல நிறைய பேர் வந்து அதே யூனிஃபார்ம் வந்து உடுப்பாங்க, இல்லைங்க சார்? ஆர் இஸ் இட் கிளியர்? ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட் சொன்னா இஸ் ஜஸ்ட் த ஸ்ட்ரக்சர். ஓகே, வெல் டன். Okay, now it's time for us to learn about the object-oriented designs. Okay, features of object-oriented design are there are 4 features. Okay, data abstraction kela feature ekak tiyena, data encapsulation, if not we can call it as information hidden, and then inheritance, polymorphism. Okay, so me හැම එකක්ම මොනවාද features of object oriented programming. Okay, so we'll learn one by one. Abstraction කියන්නේ මොනවාද, encapsulation කියන්නේ මොනවාද, inheritance කියන්නේ මොනවාද, ඒ වගේම polymorphism කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියලා. So let's move on to the abstraction first thing. Okay, data abstraction කියලා කියන්නේ, data abstraction refers to the act of showing only those features that are relevant to the specific user. For an example, a student class can include name, address, DOB, date of birth as attributes because they are relevant. Okay, but attributes such as height, weight are left out because they are not relevant. Okay, so දැන් බලන්න සමහර දේවල් තියෙනවා abstraction කියලා කියන්නේ. then student කෙනෙක්ගේ ඕන දේවල් තියෙන. දැන් student detail student class එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ. දැන් ඔයා course එකකට register වෙනවා කියලා කියමුකෝ. So when you are getting registered to the course, will they ask your height and weight? Did anyone ask you like that? ඔයාගේ weight එක කීයද කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් එතන ගිහින් බලලා කියන්න පුතා scale එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා කවුරු හරි කිව්වද? ඔයා Gatwick college එකේ register වෙනකොට? Did anybody ask you like that? If not, did they ask you how much is your height to get registered to this course කියලා ඇහුවද? No, right? No. Yeah. Then what did they ask you? මොන වගේ දේවල්ද ඇහුවේ ඔයාලගේ? ඔයා register වෙනකොට, when you are getting registered, what did they ask you? Name, very good, Abdullah. What else? Name, ID, okay, yeah, qualification, address, very good. Yeah, these are the things that they ask you, right? So something they are like, now according to this class diagram, this class to the student class, these 2 variables, or else we can say that these 2 variables or else attributes are not needed. Height and weight is not needed, right? Because that is not relevant. නේද? ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙකුට ඒක රිලෙවන්ට් වෙන එකක් නෑනේ නේද? එතකොට මේක එතනට ෂෝ කරන්න ඕනේද? No, isn't it? Only the relevant things, whatever that is relevant to that particular class will be shown. Okay, ඒකට අපි කියනවා abstractions කියලා. data abstraction කියලා කියන්නේ data abstraction ඒ කියන්නේ මොන ඒ කියන්නේ whatever that is related to that particular object or else to that particular class will be shown. Okay, the other things will be hidden. Okay, there won't be any like height and weight ඒක ඕනේ නැහැ නේද? ඒක ඕනේ නැති එකක්. හරිද? එතකොට data abstraction කියලා කියන්නේ you can simply say that the features that are relevant to that specific user or else to that specific class or else to that specific object are known as abstraction data. Okay, so the other data is not needed. Weight and height, all the other stuff, like sometimes maybe who's your fiance's name is what, likewise things that is not needed, right? So a දේවල් ඔක්කොම ඕනේ නැති දේවල්. ඒකට ඒක අපි ඔක්කොම remove කරනවා. That is not needed. So we call this feature as abstraction. එතකොට object oriented එකේ ඕන දේවල් විතරක් තමයි අපි add කරන්නේ. Only the needed abstraction. Now if we take a person, a student කෙනෙක් ගත්තොත් like name, address, DOB, height, weight, all these are objects of him, right? Isn't it? Him or her. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ. දැන් ජෝස් කියලා මෙතන කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කියලා. දැන් ජෝස්ගේ එයාට weight එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක එයාගේ attribute එකක්. එයාට height එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක එයාගේ attribute එකක්. එයාට name එකක් තියෙනවා. address එකක් තියෙනවා. DOB එකක් තියෙනවා. date of birth එකක්. email address එකක් තියෙනවා. phone number එකක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට මේකෙන් ඕන දෙයක් ඕන ඒ කියන්නේ attributes හැම එකක්ම අරන් දානවා කියන්නේ නිකන් බොරු වැඩක්. Isn't it? That's not needed, isn't it? We can't just for student details, it's not needed. But when it comes to like patient or something, isn't it? Patient class එකක් කියලා කියමුකෝ. Then at that time we might sometimes that in there we no need to have qualification and other stuff, right? ඔයාට skill එකක් තියෙනවද? patient detail එකේ අපි දාන්නේ නැහැ නේ. දැන් හිතන්නකෝ මේ ජෝෂ් කියන කෙනා patient කෙනෙක් කියලා in one's hospital. So they won't ask you whether you have this qualification, this what we call like we can say this skill and other stuff. They will just ask the name, address, the date of birth if they need, height and weight they might ask, isn't it? At that kind of a situation that is needed. ஏன்னா இப்ப இந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ஒரு கிளாஸுக்கு வந்து கட்டாயம் வந்து இப்ப ஸ்டூடெண்ட் கிளாஸுக்கு வந்து கட்டாயம் height and weight தேவையில்ல. But when it comes to patient කියන class එකට අනිවාර්යෙන් height එක weight එකම ඕන වෙනවා නේද? It depends. Understood? So abstraction කියලා කියන්නේ only the needed attributes will be given to the classes. Am I clear? තේරුණාද මේක? Is it clear everyone? Abstraction කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා තේරුණා නේද? Okay, only the needed attributes for that particular class will be given or else added. That is known as abstraction, data abstraction. Okay, data abstraction is clear, right? Okay, very good. Now let's move to the other slide. Data encapsulation, or else we can call it as information hiding. Also known as data hiding, important details of a class are kept hidden from the user. Okay, the user can only perform a restricted set of operation on the hidden member of the class. Okay, data encapsulation කියලා කියන්නේ දැන් හිතන්නකෝ class එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ class එකේදී සමහර methods එහෙමත් නැත්නම් variables තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, which has methods නෙවෙයි variables, we can call like variables තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, which is not needed for like it has to be hidden to others. Okay, now assume for an example I'll tell you. Now you are creating this FB account by yourself, right? So when you are creating an FB account, they will ask you to give your DOB, your age, the status, and your name, like things they might ask you. But after you are creating your account, will it show all the details that whatever that you gave when you are registering to the others, those who are following you or else to your friends? Will it show all the details, whatever that you gave? ඔයා දුන්න හැම ඩීටේල් එකක්ම අනිත්තාට පෙන්නනවාද? නෑ නේද? සමහර details තියෙනවා that should be hidden. Okay, then for an example we can say that then ඔයා register කරනවා කියලා හිතමු මේ okay we will say for example okay Zoom register වෙලා ඉන්නවනේ ඔයාලා like most of the time you might have registered or else most of the time you might have signed into this Zoom application, right? So when you are sign into this system, you might have given your email address and then the password, isn't it? Now you are the only person who knows the password, and then it is there in the database of where the of Zoom server එකේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් නේද? Then ඔයාට අර password එක අනිත් හැමෝටම බලන්න පුළුවන් නම් there is no security, isn't it? There is no ඔයාට ඔයාගේ details හැම එකක්ම අනිත් අය හැමෝටම බලන්න පුළුවන් නම් එතන secure එකක් නැහැ නේද? Isn't it? So ඒ හින්දා තමයි අපි මේ encapsulation කියන method එක අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. That is the feature where we will be using, we will be coding when it comes to object oriented programming. We call these kind of okay ඒකට තියෙනවා private protected කියලා methods තියෙනවා. Later on when we are coding I will teach you. So encapsulation කියලා කියන්නේ information hide කරන එකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ encapsulation කියලා. Now for example I'll tell you you are using now assume that there is a computer or else TV in front of you, and you will be having this phone with not the phone, remote controller with you, right, to control the computer to the TV, isn't it? So then you will be able to see only the functions. Okay, now assume that you will be clicking on one particular button, then the computer the TV will be switched on, switched off, and then whenever you wanted to change a channel you can click on one particular button, then it will change the channel. So you will be able to do things, but do you know what is the mechanism which is inside the remote controller? How it is being connected with the TV? What is the mechanism which is like happening inside? All these things are hidden. You won't be able to see that, isn't it? So they are not giving you all the instruction. So these are the things that we have done and everything they won't tell, right? So encapsulation කියලා කියන්නේ ඕන දේවල් විතර කාට පෙන්නනවා, සමහර දේවල් තියෙනවා ඒක hide කරලා තියෙනවා. Am I clear? So things that you want you can see, but the things that is not relevant for you will not be able to you won't be able to see that. Okay, that is hidden. Clear idea? We will just go through few examples, okay, later. I'll show you like coding examples, then you will be able to see, understand. Okay, now itself I won't share you any codings because still we didn't learn any programming, like still we know only the console programming in C#. Okay, so keeping that we can just do the things. Okay, okay, so you can speak today had power cut. What you do is புதா நீங்க வந்து ரெக்கார்டிங்க பாத்துக்கோங்க, சரியா? நாங்க இன்னைக்கு object oriented study பண்ணி கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் அத ரெக்கார்டிங்க பார்த்து அதை அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Okay, so is it clear? Encapsulation කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා තේරුණාද? The users can only perform restricted set of operation. Users can't do all the things. then අපි Facebook එක පාවිච්චි කරන උනත් you can't like access to others use කියන්නේ Facebook owner, okay, Facebook company owner ට කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් ඔක්කොම ඔයාටත් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? No, there are things that only the user can do. Okay, so user can do only restricted things, other stuff has been hidden from them, understood? So for that there are methods where you can hide the things. Okay, protected private කියලා එහෙම තියෙනවා methods. ඒකෙන් ඔයාලට පුළුවන් hide කරන්න එහෙම. Okay, code inside කරන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම දේවල් තියෙනවා. then okay, for an example I'll tell. then student management system එකක් තියෙනවා, හරිද? then student කෙනෙකුට staff කෙනෙකුගේ payment details බලන්න පුළුවන් නම් එහෙම පුළුවන්ද? can you see the staff's payment details and all as a student? No, student can see student details, student payment details, student course details. All these things are visible to whom? To the student. But at the same time employee details and employee payment details, those are hidden, understood? From whom? From student. Okay, so students අට මේක hide කරලා තියෙන්නේ යාලට බලන්න බෑ එතකොට ඒ වගේ method එකකට ඒ වගේ coding program එකකට අපි කියනවා encapsulation. Okay, so you have to make sure to remember this because this is really important when it comes to interviews, when it comes to when you are attending to an interview, they might definitely ask you about paradigm, but WOP paradigm, and then in there they might ask you the features as well. Okay, මම මේක මගේ experience එකේ මම කියන එකක් ඔයාලත් මේක මතක තියාගන්න අනිවාර්යෙන් ඔයා software engineer කෙනෙක් විදියට එහෙමත් නැත්නම් මොන වුණත් okay programmer කෙනෙක් විදියට මොකෝ හරි වැඩ කරන්න යනවා නම් in one company, if you are about to work in a company, definitely they gonna make this ask this question. Okay, definitely they will ask you about object oriented programming. They might ask you what is object oriented programming. At the same time they might ask you about these features: abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance. මේකගෙන ඔයාලගෙන් අනිවාර්යෙන් අහනවා. ඒ හින්දා ඔයාලා මේක මතක තියාගන්න. Okay, try to remember these things. Okay, try to understand and remember. Okay, encapsulation කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා තේරුණා නේද? So you better take down notes. And then we have something called inheritance. Okay, so inheritance කියලා කියන්නේ when the classes are arranged hierarchically, considering the common features, subclasses inherited all the features, data and methods of the superclass. Okay, additionally it will be also have its own data and method. Okay, so inheritance කියන මේ feature එක, from one class you will be able to have subclasses, that is known as inheritance. Okay, super class එකකින් ඉඳලා අපිට subclasses create කරගන්න පුළුවන් එකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ inherited feature of object oriented. Okay, so abstraction කියලා කියන්නේ unwanted data won't be there. Encapsulation කියලා කියන්නේ restricted data only will be displayed to the users. Inheritance කියලා කියන්නේ from superclass you will be able to have subclasses. Now from a parent class you will be having child class. Okay, so here for an example they have given bicycle කියලා class එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකෙම mountain bike, road bike, ඒ වගේම tandem bike කියලා ගොඩක් bike වලින්ම තියෙන sub classes. Am I clear? Understood? So super class එකකින් ඉඳලා අපිට furthermore divide කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් sub classes divide කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒකට අපි කියනවා inheritance කියලා. Okay, and also it will also can have the same features of super class. Then super class එකෙන්ම තියෙන features මේ sub class එකේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. then bicycle කියන මේ super class එකේ තියෙනවා කියලා හිතමුකෝ අපි මේ features ටිකක් හිතමු color ඒ වගේම brand මේ වගේ තියෙනවා කියලා. So in mountain bike also you will be able to have the same feature. In road bike also you will be able to have the same feature. But additionally also you can have like methods and state in these subclasses. දැන් හිතන්නකෝ mountain bike එකට කියලා වෙනම මොනාරි method එකක් එහෙමත් නැත්නම් data එකක් add කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. එතකොට ඔයාලට පුළුවන් මේකෙන් additionally ඔයාලට ඒක add කරගන්න. So there are some other, can you give me some other examples for inheritance? මේ bicycle කියලා තියෙන එක නැතුව can you give me some other examples? Any other examples? super class එකකින් ඉඳලා sub classes create කරන්න පුළුවන් මොනාරි වෙන මොනාරි example එකක්. Any idea? කියන්න පුළුවන්ද?
If you take an animal
Cars.
like
Okay, cars කියන්නේ okay, under car you will be able to have like racing cars likewise, isn't it? Okay, very good. Yeah, animal, in under animal you will be able to have like birds, and then what we can say like fish, isn't it? Some things can come under that, isn't it? Sub classes. And for an example we can say shape. Okay, under shape you will be able to have rectangle, triangle, circle, things like that. Okay, so shape class can have width and height. At the same time rectangle, triangle also can have the same method, isn't it? Same state, isn't it? So finding area, okay, if it is the method in the shape, then in the rectangle also you will be able to have the same method, finding area, isn't it? Finding circumferences, both can be that can be added to where all the three shapes, isn't it? Likewise, method එකම same method එකම මේකෙත් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Additionally ඔයාලට මොනාර එකක් add කරන්න ඕනේ නම් ඒකත් ඔයාලට මෙතනින් add කරගන්න පුළුවන්. So that is known as inheritance method. Okay, inheritance feature. Yeah, books කියලා තියෙනව නම් book என்று சொல்லி என்று சொன்னா bookல என்னென்ன வரலாம்? Like sci-fi books and sci-fi related books, and then horror stories book, isn't it? Story books, and then scientific books. Likewise, there could be, isn't, yeah, scientific story book. Likewise, ஈகலாம் அதிலே வந்து உங்களுக்கு இப்போ author அதுக்கப்புறம் author வந்து எல்லாத்துலயும் புக்ஸ்ல author இருக்குன்னு சொன்னா எல்லா புக்குக்குமே ஒரு author இருக்கணும். ஏன்னா அப்ப அதெல்லாம் பொது. இப்போ இதே வந்து நீங்க சயின்டிபிக்கு வந்து எடிஷனலா வேற என்னமாச்சும் வைக்கணும்னு சொன்னா சயின்டிபிக்கல் வேற என்னமாச்சும் ஒரு query அப்படி ஏதாச்சும் உங்களுக்கு வைக்கணும்னா வைக்கலாம், isn't it? So that's how the inheritance works. Now it is time for us to learn about the polymorphism. Okay, inheritance. Okay, example like we'll go through it and then we'll move on to the polymorphism. So here, person is the superclass. Oh, sorry, parent. Okay, parent is the superclass, but the same person කියලා තමයි name එක දීලා තියෙන්නේ. So this is the parent class. Okay, so person. Under the person, you have student and then employee. Both are persons, right? So we can call this as child classes. Okay, so මේකට අපි කියන්න super class කියන්න පුළුවන්, එහෙමත් නැත්නම් parent class කියන්න පුළුවන්. මේ දෙකටම අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් sub class එහෙමත් නැත්නම් child class කියලා. Am I clear? Now see, person කියලා මෙතන class එකක් තියෙනවා. These two have, but now this one, this super class have name, height, and then those are what? Name and height are what? என்ன இது ரெண்டும் என்ன? This class what?
Attributes.
Attributes. Is it clear? Attributes. Others? Are those two attributes? Yes, it is attribute, right? Very good. Attributes. We can, if not, we can call it as state, isn't it? Data, isn't it? And then eat and sleep. What are these? These two are what? Eat and sleep? Methods. Very good. Method, isn't it? Yeah, methods. Or else behaviors, isn't it? So now we have these two behaviors and attributes for this parent class. But when it comes to subclass, okay, student කෙනෙකුට name තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, name and height, definitely it is going to be the same, right? Name வந்து கட்டாயம் studentக்கு ஈக்க வேண்டியதுண்டு. Name is definitely same for student and employee. Employee also definitely will have a name. Student also will definitely have a name. So that is like equal for both, isn't it? All the three. But when it comes to only student will like separately they will have a registration number, course, the following course, marks, but it won't be the same for person and the employee, isn't it? Course කියන එක මේ employee කෙනෙකුට ඕනේ නැනේ, but for employee number, department number, these are the things which is needed for employee. Understood? And then here additionally two method has been given, eat and sleep. Somehow student also will do that, and then eat and sleep employee also would do that, isn't it? So that these two are similar for both, isn't it? But when it comes to register only student will get register, attend also only the student will get attend. But when it comes to employee works, okay, that is a method, and get leave is a method of employee. Is it clear? This is clear? මේක තේරුණාද? Okay, එතකොට මේ දෙකටම අපි කියනවා sub classes නැත්නම් child class කියලා, super class එකට කියන්න පුළුවන් parent class කියලා. So the things whatever that is there in the parent class is similar for the subclasses as well. Okay, clear, right? Okay, let's move to the other slide then. Polymorphism, sorry. Polymorphism, different subclasses may act differently for the same method based on the attributes of that object. Okay, so then මේකේ polymorphism මේකේ තියෙනවා overload ඒ වගේම override කියලා දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, polymorphism එකෙන්ම තියෙනවා overloading, overriding කියලා දෙකක් තියෙනවා. We'll discuss about it. Now see, polymorphism, conclusion, overloading, okay, conversions කියලා තුනක් තියෙනවා. මේ polymorphism එකෙන්ම சரியா அப்ப polymorphism நாங்க எடுத்தோம்னு சொன்னா அதுல வந்து inclusion அதே மாதிரி overloading அதே மாதிரி conversion சொல்லி மூணு இருக்குது சரியா இது என்னன்னு சொன்னா ஒரு இதுல வந்து நாங்க சப் கிளாஸஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ணுவோம் பட் ஆனா சப் கிளாஸஸ்லயுமே வந்து வேற வேற விதமான மெத்தட்ஸ் வந்து நாங்க யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் ஓகே ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் கிளாஸ் animal කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා හරිද make sound is the method of this okay so override make sound method එකක් තමයි class dog එකට අපි දීලා තියෙන්නේ but dog sound කරන වගේමද cat sound කරන්නේ are both same no right both are same methods but at the same time both will give different outputs okay ඒකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ overriding කියලා හරිද overriding polymorphism කියලා කියන්නේ that's what we call as polymorphism okay so in the parent class you will have a method the same method will be it will be represented in the subclasses as well but මේ subclasses එකේ තියෙන මේ methods different values output එකක් විදිහට දෙනවා then අපි animals sound කරන usually all the animals will make sound the same method is there in the class dog class as well in the class cat class as well but both the outputs won't be same it will be different so we call that as polymorphism is it clear තේරුණාද මේක here they have given another example as well so shape කියලා as I was explaining shape කියලා super class එකක් තියෙනවා හරි parent class එකක් තියෙනවා okay animal is not a subclass puta it's a superclass okay Nifal here animal is a superclass from animal what we have I'll show you from animal what we have this is a superclass have subclasses dog is an animal cat is an animal fish we can say some other animals goat is an animal elephant is an animal so those are subclasses animal is the superclass okay from this only we define other classes நலங்கிச்சா இவர் தான் parent இவர் லீந்து வந்ததெல்லாம் தான் இது clear Nifal clear okay son okay very good make ask questions if you couldn't understand please ask questions now look at this picture here we have a superclass which is shape ஏன்னா எங்களுக்கு இங்க வந்து ஒரு parent class வந்து இருக்கிறாரு அவரோட பேர் என்ன shape என்ன and we have attributes and methods for the shape class okay length and the width is the method what not the method attributes and methods we have draw and erase okay I hope it is clear but what we have the subclass in subclass we have rectangle triangle and then circle triangle and circle rectangle these are the subclasses child classes are there but see we have all the attributes and the methods same methods see isn't it මේකේ තියෙන එකම තමයි ඒ කියන්නේ shape එකේ තියෙන length and width we have in the rectangle in the triangle but when it comes to circle it's different right circumferences and radius are the attributes but draw and erase methods are same so see here see look at the rectangle method එක draw and erase same triangle එකේ බලන්න draw and erase same but in the circle also draw and erase same but output is not the same rectangle look at the picture green color you having a different shape rectangle shape when it's come to triangle it is a different shape circle it is a different shape isn't it so the same method එකෙම different outputs එන එකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ polymorphism කියලා so here I have not given any coding examples till as we have not started to code I have not given don't worry in the next class I will be showing you few examples with the coding okay for each of these features abstraction එකට මම පෙන්නන්නම් ඒ වගේම encapsulation polymorphism, inheritance, මේ හතරටම මම වෙන coding examples පෙන්නන්නම්, then you will understand. Still I am not showing it to you because you have no idea about this programming, okay? Because programming language එකේ අපි console application එක විතරයි දැනට ඉගෙන ගන්න තියෙන්නේ නේද? Console application එකෙන්ම තව අර පොඩි දෙයක් තමයි ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙන්නේ. Still we didn't do any codings in object oriented programming. So be patient. Later on I will be, while we are coding, we will be doing this abstraction coding කරනවා, encapsulation coding කරනවා, inheritance, polymorphism මේ හැම එකම code කරනවා. Okay, at that time you will definitely understand. So if it is possible, if we had time, I will show you few examples. If not, in the next class definitely I'll be showing you the exam with the coding example. We will be learning all the stuffs. Now in this object oriented, okay, now those are the 4 features: abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance and polymorphism. The encapsulation, abstraction කියන්නේ මොනවාද? Unwanted thing won't be included, isn't it? Encapsulation, it is restricted. Only the needed thing will be shown. The other stuffs, whatever that is not needed to be shown to the user, will be hidden. Then, but inheritance means from the superclass, you will be having subclasses. Okay, so that is known as inheritance. Polymorphism, you will be having superclasses. From the superclass, you will be having subclasses. A subclass ekemma, you will be able to have the same method and the attributes, sorry, but you will not be able to have the same values. Okay, outputs won't be the same. Okay, so eකට අපි කියනවා polymorphism කියලා. Then relationship එක බලමු. Then double OP concept එකේ තියෙනවා association, multiplicity, aggregation, composition කියලා relationships. Okay, so අපි one by one මේක බලාගෙන යමු. Association කියලා කියන්නේ objects are related to one another in some fashion. Okay, okay, relationship බලන්න. Objects are related to one another, that is known as association. Okay, කියන්නේ ඔයාට දැන් බලන්න, දැන් මේකත් shape එකක්, මේකත් shape එකක්, හරිද? දැන් මේ when, but those two are these two are same shape? No, different shapes, right? But you have a connection in between them. හරිද? shape කියන ඒ category එකේ ඇතුලේ නේද මේ දෙකම shape කියන ඒ relation එක තියෙනවා නේද? So we just call object if it relate one another in the same fashion. Okay, එකම way එකේ දෙකම relate වෙනවා නම් we call it as association. We'll see whether there is any. Okay, most probably there might be another example for it. I'll show you. Multiplicity. Okay, cardinality. Okay, multiplicity කියන්නේ this is same as we learned in the database. Okay, so one to one, one to many, many to many. ඒ වගේ එකක්. This tells the number of objects in one class is related to how many objects of the associated class. ඒ කියන්නේ then association කියලා කියන්නේ one object is related to another object, but when it comes to multiplicity, it says how many objects of the other associated class. விளங்கிச்சா? so ஒரு objectல இருந்து இன்னொரு objectக்கு நாங்க கனெக்ட் பண்ணக்கொள்ளே நாங்க database classல படிச்சதே மாதிரி தான் one to one object. then මේ object එකේ ඉඳලා අනිත් object එකට අපි relate කරනකොට object එකේ connection එකක් relation එකක් තියෙනකොට මේ පැත්තෙන් එකක් ගරන් අපි බලනවා අනිත් පැත්තේ තියෙන object එකේ ගොඩාක් objects ලත් එක්ක connection එකක් තියෙනවද නැත්නම් එකම object එකක්ද කියලා. so if it is one to one, then we can call it as, here the same example has been given. Husband and wife, like a school will have one principal, country can have one president. Okay, so this is known as one to one relation. Okay, one to one relation ekay object in one class is related to a single object of the associated class. Okay, object in one class has been related to a single object of another class. Okay, make associated class again. බලන්න මෙහෙම එකක්ම example. But one to many කියන multiplicity, object in one class is related to many objects of the associated class. Okay, so footballer කියන මේ class එකේ ගොඩක් footballers ඉන්නවා. එතකොට footballer කියන කෙනා තමයි object එක නේද? එතකොට in from one team there could be many footballers. To one mother there could be many babies. Teacher can have many students. Likewise, one to many. Many to many කියලා කියන්නේ objects in one class are related to many objects of the associated class. Is it clear? Objects in, okay, one class are related to many objects of the associated class is known as many to many multiplicity. Okay. So then aggregation. This is a whole relationship between classes. The whole aggregation consists of several component classes. The components have each part of relationship with the whole room is a part of house. Okay. So then balanna then classes classes objects now aggregation කියලා කියන්නේ අපි is a part of කියලා ගන්නවා. Okay. So house කියන මේ object එක ගත්තොතින් room is a part of house. Washroom is a part of house. Kitchen is a part of house. Okay. අපි is a part of කියලා තමයි ගන්නෙ. හරිද? එතකොට aggregation කියන්නේ මේ වගේ mechanism එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ relationship එකක්. Now for an example, you guys tell me, can we have just a room without a house? Room එකක් විතරක් අපිට තියාගෙන වැඩක් තියනවද? Is there is a use of having just a room without a house? Can we just build only a room and live? Can't, right? There should be house, isn't it? In order to have a room, we have to have a house, isn't it? Washroom එකක් විතරක් අපිට build කරලා වැඩක් තියනවද? Is there is a point of having only a washroom instead of not, like we are not having any other thing, room, kitchen, nothing is there, not a house, but we are just having only the washroom. Can you just live in the washroom? No, right? So house එකක් තියෙනවා නම් තමයි ඒකෙදි washroom එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ නේද? Kitchen එකක් තියෙනවා නම් no point of having just a kitchen without a house, isn't it? So house contain all these three things. So it depends on the main object. Okay, house කියන මේ object එකේ depend වෙලා තියෙනවා මේ sub objects හැම එකක්ම. Room එකක් depend වෙලා තියෙනවා. Without the house you won't be able to have the room. No point of having it. Washroom, no point of having the washroom. Kitchen, no point of having the washroom. Sorry, kitchen. Okay. So aggregation කියලා කියන්නේ all these subclasses or else all these sub objects are depend on the main method, or else not the method, sorry, class. Okay, so that is known as aggregation. Okay, then balamu composition කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා. A stronger version of an aggregation where a component can belong to exactly one whole. If the whole is destroyed, the component is also destroyed. Yeah. Now see, projector එකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, so aggregation is a part. Okay, is a part කියලා කියන්නේ okay, composition තමයි මේකට එන්නේ. Okay, composition තමයි. Now assume that projector කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. Okay, projector කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. In that you will have lamp and lens, right? So if you just remove the lamp like separately, there is a point of having the lamp. But when it comes to aggregation, it's not like that. I'm sorry. Okay. So aggregation කියලා කියන්නේ room එකක් අපිට අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් නේද? වෙනම තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, but it's a part of the house. Now there could be, right, washrooms තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, kitchens තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, but it's a part of house. Okay. It's like we can't say that we cannot have something like this. Okay. Room එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, washroom එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, kitchen එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, but house එකේ තමයි ඒක connect වෙන්නේ නේද? It's connected to the house. But when it comes to this composition, lamp එක විතරක් මං remove කරගෙන ගිහින් මට වැඩක් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? Lens එක විතරක් මට remove කරගෙන ගිහින් වැඩක් කරගන්න පුළුවන්ද? No, right? Now assume that there is a car. If I remove only the door, there is a point of having only the door? No, right? It is a part of that car. Okay, projector's part, this lamp and the lens is a part of the projector. So if you might using this mouse, right? So in your mouse, you have this button, the scroll button and everything is with you, right? In the mouse, isn't it? So then ඔයා හිතන්න දැන් මේ mouse එකේ button right click, left click කියලා buttons තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඒ දෙකම components of the mouse නේද? එතකොට මේ classes දෙකම නැත්නම් මේ objects දෙකම ඔයා වෙනම remove කරලා ගත්තොතින් වැඩක් තියෙනවද? Can you do something with that separate right click button and the left click button or else the scroll button? No. So මේ හැම එකක්ම එකතු වෙලා තියෙන එකෙන් තමයි ඔයාට වැඩක් කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. Isn't it? එතකොට composition කියලා කියන්නේ it's a strong version of a aggregation where a component can belong to exactly one whole. Okay. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ projector එකටම තමයි මේක exactly belong වෙන්නේ. Okay, you cannot remove it and keep it separately. So that kind of a relationship is known as component. Okay, composite, sorry. Composition කියලා අපි කියනවා එකට. Okay, so this is clear. Generalization. Class diagrams are weirdly used in describe the types of objects. Okay. Generalizations කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා අපි බලමු. Generalization is a relationship of a class diagram where generalization is indicated that one of the two related classes, the subclasses, is considered to be the specialized from form of the other supertypes, and the superclass is considered the generalization of the subclasses. The generalization relationship is also known as the inheritance or is a relationship. Okay, generalization is a part of, okay, is මේකට අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් inheritance කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. මේකත් relationship එකක්. හරිද? දැන් person කියලා class එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒකෙන් ඉඳලා inherit වෙලා is a part. Student කියන්නේ is a part of person. Professor කියන්නේ is a part of person. Employee කියන්නේ is a part of person. Understood? එතකොට generalization කියලා කියන්නේ is a part of කියලා එන එකකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ generalization relationship එකක් කියලා. Okay, so it is like inheritance කියන්නේ ඒකටම තමයි. එහෙනම් ඔයාට එහෙම කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. මේක relation එකක් තියෙනවනේ. Now 3 classes are there: person, student, professor. So all these 3 has a relation. What is the relation? Student has a relation with person, which is generalization, is a part. And then professor also has a relation with the person, which is a part. Okay, so professor is a part of person class. Likewise, generalization කියලා කියන්නේ නිකන් අපි part of the class කියන එකට තමයි generalization relation එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay, so here they have given the class diagram. We call this as class diagram. This is not the ER diagram. We call this as class diagram. So here we have 4 classes: customer, order, special order, normal order කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. Then මට කියන්න මෙතන තියෙන method. Okay, then මෙතන තියෙනව නේද? Okay, we'll say now tell me, oh, there is a inheritance feature. Can you see inheritance එකක් තියෙනවද කියලා බලලා කියන්න. What are the inheritance feature over here? Which is the superclass and subclass? වැලංගි චයිද නම් ඉද will learn this furthermore. Okay, generalization, yeah, generalization, and then composition, aggregation, multiplicity, okay, multiplicity, and then association. I have another presentation with me right now. I don't have the time to share it with you. In that it has been clearly mentioned. Okay, clearly examples has been given. I'll share it with you later on in the next class, most probably. Remember me, okay, remind me. I'll share it with you. But here you just remember that association means 2 objects will have just a relation. Multiplicity, you know that you where 1 to 1, many to many, 1 to many, likewise you will be having a connection. And aggregation means it is just a part. Okay, is a part of one particular thing. Okay, room is a part of a house. Okay, washroom is a part of a house. Kitchen is a part. Likewise, is a part කියලා කියන්නේ aggregation relationship එකක් කියලා කියනවා. Composite කියලා කියන්නේ it's definitely a part of, it has to be somehow, it is part. Okay, ඒක අපි වෙනම remove කරලා තියාගන්න බෑ. Okay, lamp එකයි lens එකයි වෙනම remove කරලා තිබ්බොතින් it's there is no any point. Okay, composition කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකට. ඒ වගේම class diagram that we learned, generalization කියලා කියන්නේ something like inheritance. Okay, that is also is a part of a person class. Okay, super class එකකින් ඉඳලා part එකක් විදියට තියෙන sub class generalization relation එකක් කියලා. So here according to this, you have a superclass called දැන් මේ order කියන class එකටත් customer කියන class එකටත් relation එකක් තියෙනවා නේද? one to many relation එකක් තියෙනවා නේද? එතකොට මේකට අපි කියනවා aggregation කියලා. aggregation කියන relation එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. normal relation එකක් නේද? like is a part එහෙම කියලා නෑනේ. customer is a part of order or else order is a part of customer එහෙම එකක් නෑ නේද? yeah, order can become, isn't it? order we can't just have an order, right? Without a customer, can we have just the order class? No, right? Order class එකක් තියෙනවා නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් customer කෙනෙක් තමයි, but it is a part of customer. okay, එතකොට මෙතන මොනවද වෙන්නේ? අපි මේත් එක්ක අපි මොනවද කරන්නේ? මේ class diagram එක draw කරනකොට මේ විදිහට තමයි අපි draw කරන්නේ. okay, so order ன்னு சொல்றது வந்து எங்களுக்கு order உண்டு, customer ன்னு சொல்ற ஒருத்தர் இல்லாட்டி வேலை இல்லை இந்தனா. அப்ப இவர் வந்து கட்டாயம் இந்த customer ன்னு சொல்றது இல்ல. okay, then it comes under what? composite නේද? composition, isn't it? because without the customer there is no point of having order, isn't it? order කියලා නිකන් එකක් තියලා වැඩක් නැහැ, isn't it? so customer කෙනෙකුට තමයි order එක දෙන්නේ නේද? so order will have special order and normal order කියලා subclasses දෙකක්. then this is known as generalization, isn't it? if not, we can call it as inheritance. so here date and number both are same in the normal order and special order. confirm clause මේකේ තියෙන එකම තමයි confirm clause, but here dispatch also has been added additionally. here receive and dispatch also has been added additionally. okay, so මේකෙන් බලන්න additionally ඔයාට subclasses වලින් ඔයාට ඕන method එකක්වත් නැත්නම් attribute එකක් ඕනේ නම් add කරගන්න පුළුවන්. here generalization, this is known as generalization method. okay, we can call it as inheritance as well. okay, inheritance කියලා කියන්නේ WOP in මේ feature එකක්, මේක relationship එකක්. generalization කියලා කියන්නේ class diagram එකේ තියෙන relation එකක් තමයි මේ generalization කියන relation එක. so here order, customer, order, product, stock. okay, then බලන්න order here if it has been fully colored, okay, මෙතන full color එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා නම් it is composite. okay, composite relation එකක්. so having product is no point if the order is it depends, fully depends. okay, orders දෙනව නම් විතරයි products අපිට අපි ගාව තියෙන්න ඕනේ නේද? orders දෙන්නටනේ අපි products තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ. so order is fully depend on products are fully depend on orders, but products are not fully depend on, partially depend on stocks. okay, මෙතන බලන්න partially. ඒ කියන්නේ stock එක අපිට තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. කියලා නෑ නේද? stock එකකින් ඉඳලා අපිට stocks නිකන් තියාගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන්. but it's still just a part of, is a part. customer කෙනෙක් මේකෙන් බලන්න customer කෙනෙක් තමයි order එක දෙන්නේ, isn't it? without products no point of having order table, isn't it? so that is why it has been mentioned as composite composition කියන මේ relation එක දීලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම product එක දෙන්න ඕනේ නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් stock එකකින් ඉඳලා තමයි දෙන්න ඕනේ. stock එකක් නැත්තම් නෑ කියලා හිතමුකෝ, there is no any stock කියලා. even though if there is no stock we can still give products, right? we can even buy from another shop and give the order, right? stock එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන් තියෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා නෑ නේද? එතකොට it's not like fully depend on stock, it's like partially depend. but order එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් products තියෙන්න ඕනේ. either you can buy it from some other shop or else you can give it from the stock. okay, order එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ නම් පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න customer පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න කියලා දැන් හිතන්නකෝ shop එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා එක්කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා මට like give me 2 bags of coconut or something. okay, assume that now you have taken the order but still you don't have the product. okay, product එකක් නැහැ කියලා හිතමුකෝ. එතකොට order එකක් ඔයා අරන් වැඩක් තියනවද? no point of getting the order, right? so then if you have a stock, okay, stock එකක් තියෙනව නම් ඔයාට stock එකේ ඉඳලා අරන් product එක දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාට මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්? you can borrow it from some other shop and then you can give it to the order, right? then order will give it to the customer. okay, so order කියලා කියන්නේ it's fully depend on products, right? product එකක් නැත්නම් you won't be able to give the order. understood? so this is just a simple system. okay, class diagram එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. so there's another class diagram which has been given. okay, so I hope Okay, I'll explain this as well. There is a class called staff. Okay, staff ID කියන එක විතරයි දීලා තියෙන්නේ, which is the state or else attribute of this class, right? There is no any methods to this staff, but under the staff class we have two classes. So we can call this as what relation? It comes under what relation? Tell me. Manager and cashier. දෙන්නම එන්නේ මොන වගේ රිලේෂන් එකේ යටින්ද? එහෙමත් නැත්නම් මට කියන්න ෆීචර් එක. OOP feature. Can anybody tell me? Okay. Manager, the staff is the superclass. Manager and the cashier are the subclasses. තේරුණාද? මේ staff කියන එක superclass නම්, parent class නම්, manager and cashier are child class or else subclasses. නේද? එතකොට ඒකට අපි නමක් දුන්නා. Inheritance. Manager and cashier has been inherited from the staff class. Is it clear? Staff class එකකින් ඉඳලා මේ super class එකකින් ඉඳලා manager කියන sub class එකත් cashier කියන sub class එකත් inherit වෙලා තියෙනවා. Is it clear? If not, we can say generalization කියන method එක relation එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ නේද? Generalization එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ from a superclass you will be having subclasses. ඒකට අපි කියනවා generalization relation එකක් කියලා. Okay? Okay, fine. Then බලන්න, then මෙතන aggregation එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Managers order product. Okay, managers මොනවද කරන්නේ? එයාලා products order කරනවා. කවුරු ගාව ඉඳලාද? Suppliers ගාව ඉඳලා. එතකොට suppliers මොනවද කරන්නේ? They give the products. Okay, from them they are ordering. Products තමයි order කරන්නේ. මේ products මොන suppliers තමයි දෙන්නේ. Okay. Cashier receipt එකයි customer. Now cashier deals with the customer as well as receipt. Okay, so all these people have relation in between them. Okay, so here manager, once the manager give the order products, product ek order dunnama, that will be gone to where suppliers. Suppliers will pack all the things and then they will deliver it to the shop. And then what will happen? The customers will come and then they will buy the products. Then soon after then cashier will ask what you need and then they will pay the amount. Then receipt. Okay, receipt ek eyala monada karane, bill number, the date, name has to be added and then they will give the exchange amount. Okay, so this is how this system, okay, will work. The class diagram for a supermarket management system. එතකොට බලන්න මේක class diagram කියලා තමයි අපි මේකට කියන්නේ. මේ හැම එකක්ම classes. Okay, staff කියන්නේ class එකක්. මේක super class එකක්. මේ දෙකම sub class එකක්. ඒ වගේම customer කියන්නේ class එකක්. receipt කියන්නේ class එකක්. product කියන්නේ sub class එකක්. suppliers කියලා කියන්නේ class එකක්. And also they have mentioned the multiplicity as well, cardinality. Okay, one to many, one to many, one to many, many to one. Okay, likewise they have given the cardinality as well. Okay, furthermore we'll learn about it, don't worry. Again, another example as well I have given, I'll explain it to you. Book class is there, librarian, transaction, and then bill, and then member record. All these are classes. And you have methods. Okay, methods තියෙනවා. Display book details is one method. Update status is one method. අලංගිචා. Search for book ஒரு method. Verify member one method. Issue book is a method. But what are the attributes? Author is an attribute. Okay, name is an attribute. Price is an attribute. Okay, and then track number is an attribute. Status is an attribute. Addition is an attribute. Is it clear? Am I clear? Member ID කියන්නේ member record කියන class එකේ තියෙන member ID කියන්නේ එයාගේ attribute එක. ඒකෙන්ම method එකක් කියලා කිව්වොත් ඉතින් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් retrieve member කියන්නේ method එකක්. Okay, pay bill කියන්නේ method එකක්. bill එකේ තියෙනවා bill number කියන්නේ attribute එකක්. bill create කියලා කියන්නේ method එකක්. Am I clear? Did you understand? Then may හැම එකනටම relation එකක් තියෙනවා. Book issue කරන librarian, okay, librarian issue කරන book එක කාටද? memberට නේද? member තමයි දෙන්නේ මොනවාද? book request එකක් දෙන්නේ. එතකොට librarian book එකක් issue කරනවා. එතකොට transaction එකේ librarian මොනවද කරන්නේ? create කරන transactions. Okay, transactions create කරන කවුද? librarian. ඒ වගේම librarian තමයි member request කරාම bill එකත් create කරන්නේ එයා තමයි. හරිද? ඒ වගේම member මොනවද කරන්නේ? member will pay the amount and then they will get the book and then they will go home. That librarian is the one who will be managing the book, the transaction, the bill as well. හරිද? මෙයා book issue කරන්නත් ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම මෙයා අහන book එක issue කරන්නත් ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම bill එක create කරන්නත් ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම transaction එක create කරන්නත් ඕනේ. මෙයා තමයි. Is it clear? Is this class diagram is clear? I will explain the relationship furthermore, the aggregation, the composition, generalization and everything. There is a separate presentation for it. Don't worry much about it. So යාලා මේ classes ගැන දැනගත්තා නම් හරි, later on we can move on to the class diagrams and then we can develop the systems. Okay, තව class diagram එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. Okay, cab services. Okay, so user, here there is a one relation. Can you mention me what is the relation, Kela? What is the relation? Tell me. Guys and girls, you can talk to me. කියන්න. Super class එකක් තියෙනවද මෙතන? Super class වරුන් ඩීකිද? Parent class උන්ද? Yeah,
User is the
user is
superclass.
the very good. And then tell me, what are the subclasses, Puta?
New customer, registered user.
Customer registered.
Very good. New customer room, register user room, then subclasses. So tell me the relationship. What is the relationship between the use? No,
Registered
yeah,
user.
inheritance is the format. That is the
From
Puta.
user.
Wait, that is the what inheritance is the what we can say feature. Okay, double OP feature. But I'm asking about the relationship. Generalization is the relation. As I was explaining here, generalization is the relation. Yeah. Okay, generalization කියලා කියන්නේ student is a part of a person, professor is a part of a user. So then person, sorry. So let's get back here. Then see, new customer is a part of a user, registered user is a part of a user, isn't it? So generalization is the relationship. Very good. Inheritance is the double OP method. Okay, inherit වෙලා තියෙනවා. මෙයා inherit වෙලා තියෙන මොන එකේ ඉඳලාද? මේ super class එකේ ඉඳලා මෙයා inherit වෙලා තියෙනවා. මේ super class එකේ ඉඳලා මෙයාත් inherit වෙලා තියෙනවා. Understood? Someone has been inherited. Then again there is another inheritance. No, right? Yeah. Search club is another method, table. Booking, okay, and then manage booking, payment. All this comes under what? Registered user. Registered user only will be having, like they are the one who will be doing the payment, managing the booking, okay, and then search for cabs. Okay, එතකොට මෙයා තමයි හැම එකක්ම කරන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට they will, registered user, new customer, they don't have any access to these search cabs or booking or else managing booking or anything. Soon after the customer got registered, okay, then they will be able to manage a book, to do the payment, to book a cab, and then for search a cab, isn't it? So now for an example, I'll tell you. Now everyone can have Pick Me in their phone, but not like everyone will be able to book a cab or else book to manage or pay, do the payment, isn't it? Even though if you have the application with you, you should be able, you have to be able to you have to be registered, isn't it? So if you have registered only, you will be able to search for the cab, you will be able to book the cab, isn't it? Manage the booking, payment may හැම එකක්ම කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ කවද්දද? Soon after you got registered. Understood? එතකොට ඔයා customer කෙනෙක් වෙලා විතරක් මදි, you have to get registered in order to do the payment and booking and all the other stuffs. So they have given the multiplicity as well here, cardinality, one to many. A registered user can search for one cap or many cap. One registered user can search for many cap, and one registered user can book also for many caps, isn't it? එයාට many book කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. එයාට එක පාටම manage කරන්න පුළුවන් දෙතුන්, ඒ කියන්නේ එකම booking එකක්ද manage කරන්න පුළුවන්, cancel කරන්න පුළුවන්, edit කරන්න පුළුවන්, show කරන්න පුළුවන්. manage booking එකේ ඒක තමයි එන්නේ. Okay, so he can do many things at once as well, isn't it? At the same time, registered user can do the payment. Okay, many payment at once. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් කැප්ස් තුනක් දෙකක් බුක් කරලා තියෙන කියලා කියමුකෝ. එතකොට ඒ තුනටම එකම කෙනාට පේ කරන්න පුළුවන් නේද? For him also, like assume that a person is there. For him also he have booked a car or a cab, and then to his parent also he have booked a cab. So for both, he is the one who is going to do the payment. Understood? එතකොට registered user එක්කෙනෙක් ගාව application එකක් තිබ්බ කියලා කියමුකෝ. So එයාටම booking search කරන්නත් පුළුවන්, search කරලා book කරන්නත් පුළුවන්, manage කරන්නත් පුළුවන්, payment එක දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. But the person who is having the application still not registered. Okay, මේ බලන්න register and login. User have to register. Okay, they have to give their user ID, password, first name, and then telephone number. Everything has to be given. After that only the register, එයාට register වෙන්න පුළුවන්. After getting register, he can log in using user ID and password, isn't it? So then he will be able to show the user details, like you ඔයාලා දැන් හිතන්න අපි කියමු AliExpress එකේ ඔයාලා register වෙනවා කියලා. So when you are getting register, you have to give a user ID, user password, user name, and then සමහරට ඔයාගේ phone number එක හැම එකක්ම දෙන්න වෙනවා නේද? Then you have to edit. Soon after you add, then you will get registered to the website. So whenever you are trying to log in to the website again, do you need to create another account again and again? Do you need to get registered? No, neither. You can simply use your ID and the password. That's the thing you have to use. Then you can simply log in, if not sign in, isn't it? And then what you will be able to do? You will be able to see your accounts. You will be able to update your account. You will be able to do the editings in your account. Then again, you can search for things in AliExpress, isn't it? You can order the things, isn't it? You can order things. You can search for things. If you have got registered only, you can do things, isn't it? You can search for things. You can order things. But still, even though if it is just a customer, they can search for things when it comes to AliExpress kind of thing. But here it says that registered user only can search for cab and then they can book it in. Okay, but when it comes to AliExpress or any other kind of e-commerce websites, you will be able to search for things, and then you will be able to make orders. Then you will be able to do the payment as well. But if you have not registered, you won't be able to do the payment, or else you won't be able to do order, to make orders, isn't it? So මේ වගේ තමයි මේ diagrams ටික ඔයාලා draw කරගන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට system එකක් ගත්තොත් ඒකේ පිටිපස්සේ class diagram කියන එකක් තියෙනවා. So we have to learn about in order to draw the class diagram, you have to know about this use case diagram. අපි මේක ගැන ඉගෙන ගමු. මේක අපි මොනවාද use case diagram කියන්නේ මොනවාද කියන හැම එකක්ම මම කියලා දෙන්නම් next class එකේ. And then we will be drawing a class diagram. According to that class diagram, we'll develop a system. Okay, then student management system එකකට අපි class diagram එකක් draw කරලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒකට අපි ඒ විදියටම අපි WOP concept එකේ development එකක් කරමු. හරි? Java එකේ හරි නැත්නම් C# එකේ. Okay, am I clear? So now I hope you have got the clear idea about objects, about attributes, about methods, about classes, as well as the relationships, as well as features of object oriented, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and then polymorphism. වගේම තියෙනවා aggregation කියලා relation එකක් තියෙනවා, composition කියලා relation එකක් තියෙනවා, and then what you have multiplicity, we can say that cardinality කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. වගේම තියෙනවා what the generalization, isn't it? So all these things are, you know, additionally I'll be explaining it to you in the next class. Generalization එක මොනවාද කියන එක මම ඔයාලට real time example එකත් එක්කම පෙන්නන්නම්. And then we'll learn this use case diagrams. After that, we'll draw a diagram, and then we'll continue to code it in a real time environment. In real time programming එකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා අපි code කරන්න පටන් ගමු. So that's all for today then. Still we didn't learn about this. So class diagram ගැන ඔයා idea එක ගත්තා නම් විතරක් ඇති. okay classes කියන්නේ මොනවාද ඒකේ තියෙන්නේ මොනවාද it's a blueprint කියන්නේ ඒකට තමයි කියන එක ඔයාලා දැනගත්ත නම් ඇති so that is all for today if you have any doubts related to today's session you can ask me any doubts any questions if there is anything I didn't get you. Just want to know if the homework given variable as count. Yeah, countdown added. Yeah. Also, what you do is Puta, who has asked me the question? When you are coding this, Sanja, what you do is Puta, you have to create a variable. Okay. So I thought of doing it today. Next class, remember me. I'll do the homework. Shall I do it right now? But we don't have much time. Okay, I'll just code it and show you. Visual Studio. The last time homeworks, only one girl has done the work. Don't know what happened to others. Make sure to do works. Okay, now I'll teach you. Yeah, count is the variable. For now, how much you have given? Currently, the variable's value is how what? It's like this. A person is standing, he have currently 10 chocolates, and then what he's doing is he's coming into the classroom and I'm getting one chocolate from him, and then he's coming and telling my value is this. Okay, already he's telling my value is 10, and then I'm getting one chocolate from him, then one will get deducted. So then like that's how it is it works. I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you. We'll create a new project. If not, we can create it here as well, right? Programming console demo one එක මම create කරලා පෙන්නන්න. Can you see the screen? No, right? Wait, I'll share the screen. Okay, so look at the screen. I'll be opening a project, console project, just to show you how it works. Okay, this is how you have to code. First thing, you open a for loop or else do I loop or whatever it is. Okay, whatever that is preferable for you. You can open just the loop. Okay, I'll delete all this thing. So guys, first let me create a the for loop. So මෙතන count කියලා අපි change කරගමු නේද මෙයාව. You can keep it as I as well, but in case if you need, you can change it as count as well. Okay. Okay. So when count is equal to 10, count has to be what? Greater than how much? 0. From count, we have to deduct. That's the thing. Minus minus. Here, let's say console dot write line here. Let's display count. That's all. Console dot read key. What I have done is, currently you have 10 chocolate. Just check whether you are greater than 0. Is 10 is greater than 0? Yes, it is greater than 0, right? Isn't it? Is it greater than 0 or what? 10 is 10. It's greater than 0, right? Yeah. Then what we are doing is, if it is greater than 0, come and tell that the value of u is what? Then if it is greater than 0, the statement is correct. Then currently value of this count is 10. It will come and show here, my value is 10. Then again, it will go back here. Then 1 will get deducted since it is minus minus. If it is plus plus only, 1 will get added. If it is minus minus, then 1 will get deducted. So from 10, if we deduct 1, what would be the value? Count. Yeah, that is also correct. That is also correct. You can even keep it as like, if it is greater than or equal to 1. Yeah, that also correct. But here I have just used 0. Okay. Somehow count is going to be check up to here, up to 0. Once soon after it became 0, okay, up to 1 only it will get displayed. Soon after it becomes 0, it here I have not mentioned it as equal, right? So 0 won't get displayed. Okay, if I have added equal here, then 0 also will get displayed. Okay, so again tell me, if I deduct 1 from 10, what would be the value? Guys, talk to me. என்ன வைக்கும் මොනවාද? 10. Yeah, Aris, very good. It's 9, right? So is 9 is greater than 0? Is 9 is greater than 0? 0 க்கு விட வந்து 9 பெருசா சின்னதா? ලොකු ඉද නැත්නම් එක වැඩිද අඩුයිද? 9 is greater than 0 or less than 0? Great. Yeah, greater than 0. Okay, වැඩි නේද? එතකොට මෙතන ඇවිල්ලා මේක ඩිස්ප්ලේ වෙනවද 9 කියන එක? Yes, right? Again මෙතන ගිහින් තව එකක් deduct වෙනවා. Then from 9 if we deduct 1, it will become 8. Then again ගිහින් බලනවා 0 වලට වඩා ඒක වැඩිද? Yeah, වැඩි නම් මෙතන ආයෙත් ඇවිල්ලා display වෙනවා. ආයෙත් මෙතනට ඇවිල්ලා 7 වෙනවා. Then again it is displaying. Again it will become 6. Likewise it will continuously do. We'll run the program and see the output. It's just a simple program. This is what I asked you to do. But only one girl has done the homework. Only she showed me. Nadira showed me the homework. I don't know what happened to others. I'm hoping that even you would do the practice, because no point of spending money on something which you are not doing any practices. So if you are not gaining anything from it, then no point, isn't it? I would say that don't waste your money if you are not practicing. Okay, we'll run the program. Yeah. This is visible? 10, 9, 8, 7 here from up to 1. Now, as Sanja was saying, we'll turn it into this. If it is greater than or equal to 1, also the same output has to come. If it is equal to 1, also the same output. Like this. Is it clear, Sanja? Aris? Ifal? Everyone? All clear? So this was the homework which I gave you, but only a girl showed me the homework. I don't know what happened to others. Try to do things, okay? If I ask you to do something, please do it, because you are the one who is going to lose things, okay? If you don't practice, that is for you only, okay? நீங்க வந்து practice பண்ணலாட்டி நீங்களே தான் உங்களுக்கு நீங்க வந்து மண்ணு பண்ணி கூட மாதிரி என்னது உங்களுக்கே நீங்க கெடுதி செஞ்சு கூட மாதிரி தான். because 1 week time you have, right? So that is why I'm worrying. Really, I'm worried about others. Okay, only I'm really appreciating Nadira. She's the only one showed me the homework, but others don't know. Okay, then that's all for today. Then, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. If not, we can wind up the session. Okay, guys. Then see you in the next class. Bye.
ஓ டீச்சர் அஸ்ஸலாமு அலைக்கும்.
Walaikum salam. சொல்லுங்க.
ஓ டீச்சர் அந்த எங்கடா அந்த பழைய ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் அதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் எடுத்துக்கொள்கிறதா டீச்சர்?
ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் புத்தா எனக்குண்டா நான் அவங்கள்ட்ட சொல்றேன். நான் வந்து இந்த குரூப்ஸ்ல ஒன்றும் இல்ல தானே புத்தா. அப்ப எனக்கு ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் எனக்கிட்டண்டா இல்ல எதுவும். நான் ஜஸ்ட் டீச் பண்றதுக்கு மட்டும் தான் நான் இது பண்ணுவேன், கனெக்ட் ஆகுவேன். சரியா? நான் கொஞ்சம் அவங்களோட சொல்றேன், நான் உங்கள்ட்ட ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ போட சொல்லி. நீங்க இருக்கிறீங்களா?
நானும் குரூப்ல இருக்கிறேன், நானும் ஒர்க்கிங்ல இருக்கிறேன். அதான் கொஞ்சம் அவங்களோட கதைக்காம இருந்தேன்.
ஓகே ஓகே ஃபைன். பிரச்சனை இல்லைன்னு சொல்றேன். சரியா? நீங்க கொஞ்சம் பாருங்க. அவங்கள்ட்ட நீங்களும் ஒரு மெசேஜோடு போடுங்க. ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் எந்தெந்த ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு வரலன்னு கொண்டு எந்தெந்த கிளாஸ், இப்ப 6th கிளாஸ் தானே புத்தா இது. அப்ப நீங்க அவங்கள்ட்ட சொல்லுங்க இந்த கிளாஸ்ல ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் எங்கள்ட்ட இல்லன்ட்டு அப்ப அவங்க போடுவாங்க. ஓகே
ஓகே ஓகே டீச்சர். அது அப்துல்லா அவர் தான் நினைக்கிறார்.
அவர் தானே அட்மின். அவரோட கொஞ்சம் பேசுங்க.
நான் அவரோட கதைச்சேன், அவர் சரியான ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் பண்ணல.
நானும் அவர்கிட்ட சொல்றேன். சரியா? நான் ஒரு மெசேஜ் ஒன்று போடுறேன். ஏன்னா எனக்கு வந்து ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் அதெல்லாம் எந்த ஒரு எக்ஸஸும் இல்ல புத்தா. அப்ப அவங்க தான் அதெல்லாம் பாக்குறேன். நான் லெக்சர் மட்டும் தான் பண்ணுவேன்.
இல்ல எனக்கு விளங்குது. நீங்க நான் கிளீனா படிச்சு கொடுக்குறீங்க, எனக்கும் அதுல ஃபுல் டைம் அதுக்குள்ள நிக்கிறது கஷ்டமாக்கி ஆக்கள் வராங்க.
ஓகே, பிரச்சனை இல்ல புத்தா. நான் உங்களுக்கு அது சொல்றேன். சரியா? ரெக்கார்டிங்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கோங்க.
அப்ப நான் கொஞ்சம் நைட் டைம் இல்லாத அதை கொஞ்சம் ஃபுல்லா இது பண்ணி கொள்வேன் தானே.
ஓகே, வெல் டன். ஓகே ஓகே
ஓகே ஓகே சார்.
ஓகே,
தேங்க் யூ. ஜஸாக்கல்லாஹ் ஹைரா.
பரக்கல்லாஹ். Okay, then we'll wind up the session then. Okay, soon, Aris, this is your first class. And Nadira, again, congratulations. Very good. Well done. You are the only person who did the homework. I really appreciate you. Others will see. Continuously, I'll be giving some other homeworks. We'll see whether they are doing the homework or not. Okay. Okay, then we'll meet up in the next class. Bye.